Hello, welcome back to Monday Night Football, Premier League Dad. How are we doing? My name's Key. We're live for the FA Cup draw. First and foremost, the FA Cup draw. That's the big matter to attend to, I guess, first. Before the football starts, we've got to get the FA Cup draw out the way. Let me get a pen. I'm trying to think who we've got in it. So, there's Southampton, who shocked everyone by beating Fulham. There's Port Vale, who shocked everyone, including themselves, by beating Sunderland. Obviously, Arsenal are through. They'll definitely get Port Vale, won't they? Let's be honest. Arsenal are getting Port Vale. Liverpool went through. City went through against Newcastle. Chelsea went through against Wrexham. Who else am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who else am I missing? Help me out. West Ham and Brentford tonight, so that's still to be decided. Who am I missing? Who else has gone through in the FA Cup? Southampton, Port Vale, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, Chelsea. Who else was there? Why am I missing someone? There's 8 teams. And who are they? Southampton, Port Vale, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, Chelsea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who am I missing? Leeds. Oh, of course. Dirty Leeds. Dirty Leeds. Okay. Right. Well, there you go. So, I mean, I think, would it be as cut and dry? It'd be the most rigged draw ever, wouldn't it? If, like, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, Chelsea got the other 4. And then them 4 made it through to the final, through to the semi-finals. Is that what kind of the FA Cup? If we believe, let's say we do believe. I mean, I don't know if you do, but is there a conspiracy theory that suggests maybe, I don't know, Chelsea get Leeds, City get Brentford, let's say, Liverpool get Southampton, and Arsenal get Port Vale? And that's exactly what the FA Cup would want, I guess. Wouldn't it? Or, well, actually, you could argue, couldn't you, that Port Vale v Southampton would be a hell of a draw. If Port Vale drew Southampton, then one of them's getting through to the semis. But then that kind of means that whoever draws them is getting a bye to the final, you would imagine. Well, not Everton or United. No Everton or United in the draw tonight, unfortunately for them. Right, sorry, let me catch up with everyone on TikTok. Get your predictions in the chat tonight, by the way, because, listen, obviously West Ham against Brentford. I did just say Brentford flippantly, like they were going to go through, but I do think Brentford are the favourites tonight. I think you've got to look at Brentford and think, even with West Ham's recent form, which has been very, very good, I think Brentford are the better side, and I think Brentford will win tonight. But I want your thoughts. I want your take on it. Let me know what you're thinking. 124 says 2-1 West Ham. We do recover, says 3-2 West Ham. Fair enough. 134, when's the draw? It's before or after the game? It's before, mate. It's 7:05 the draw. So in 10 minutes, we will get the draw of the FA Cup. We will know just before kick-off in this game exactly what the draw looks like and who's going to play who. And then we can have that conversation. Then we can have a big conversation about what the winners might look like. Tom Toyland says Arsenal to get Port Vale guaranteed. I think we're all expecting that, aren't we? Yeah, we're all expecting that. Swifty says we need the semi-finals moved away from Wembley. Do you know what? That's a great point. I would agree with that as well. We all want that, don't we? Get the semi-finals played at Villa Park and St James's. I love... do you know what? Even take it to the Millennium Stadium. I thought the Millennium Stadium was fantastic when it hosted FA Cup finals. Get the semi-finals at the Millennium. Get the semi-finals at Villa Park, at St James's. Even get it wherever you want. Old Trafford. We had a great semi-final against Chelsea in the FA Cup at Old Trafford. That was fantastic. And I think they had to redecorate Old Trafford after Liverpool had been in the home end. They had to basically get everything sorted because there was tellies ripped off the wall. There was, all the pipes were ripped out in the bathrooms, everything. It was an absolute mess, apparently. But they do that in the away ends as well, by the way. That's kind of common. That is common. Josh Wright, where do you watch it? You can watch it on TNT Sports 1. Old Trafford and White Hart Lane. 1-2-4. Imagine Liverpool v City at Old Trafford. Mate, it would be a mess. It'd be falling down. Literally, I think, after Liverpool City in an FA Cup semi-final at Old Trafford. Josh Wright, what TNT? 1, mate. TNT 1. Eddie Allen says 1-1. Okay. 1-1, we'll take that. Andrew Kelleher, did you say West Ham were the faves tonight, Key? No, I said Brentford. I think Brentford are the faves tonight. Yeah, I do think West Ham have done well in recent games. I think their form's been really good, but I think Brentford are the favourites. West Ham 3-1. Yeah, no, I really do think Brentford are the favourite. I mean, forget the odds side of it. No, I think West Ham will lose tonight. That was my prediction before the game. Anyway, Mark says, "Come on, you bees! 3-0 win with Furo to score his first goal at the end." Well, listen, we've got the lineups. We might as well have a little look at the old. Might as well have a look at the little lineups. Hang on, let's have a see who we've got. 1-2-4. Looking forward to any Furo and Donovan minutes. Yeah, lots giving big expectations to Furo at the minute, aren't they? Since he's coming from Belgium. Right, lineups. Here we go. Let's have a look at the lineup. So, Areola for West Ham. Manchester United fan, when is the draw? It's at 7:05, mate. So, 9 minutes. 9 minutes. I've got it on right here. We'll be doing it together. I'll tell you exactly what's going on. Areola starts in goal for West Ham. Walker, Peters, Mavropanos, Disasi and Scarles. Scarles has done really well since he's come in the West Ham side, hasn't he? I think he's done really well. Then Souček, Kante starts. Mohamedou Kante starts for West Ham. They brought him in from Paris FC. Was it last year they signed him? Came in, gone into the academy, and he's had a few minutes here and there. But Souček and Kante start, just sitting in front of the defence. Mateus Fernandes will probably play a little bit further forward, but he's a really likeable player. Bowen off the right, Adama Traore off the left. And Pablo starts, the Brazilian centre-forward who came in from Gil Vicente, scored 10 goals in 13 games in the Portuguese league. Still only 22. 10 goals in 13 games in Portugal. He's come in and so far has drawn a blank in the 5 games he's played for West Ham. So, yeah, Pablo still looking for his first goal in Hammers colours. For Brentford, it's Kelleher in goal, and it's Coyote, Ayer, Collins and Lewis Potter. Good to see Nathan Collins back in the side. Yarmolyuk and Jordan Henderson start just in front of them with Mikkel Damsgaard, Ouattara, Sade and Thiago. That's a hell of a front four, isn't it? That is an unbelievable front four. Ouattara, Damsgaard, Sade and Thiago. Just how many of them would get in a top 6 side? I'd love Damsgaard at Liverpool. I think he's an absolutely phenomenal player. Top quality. Who will Man United get? Well, no, not anyone tonight. Andrew Kelleher, nothing definite in football. Well, that's true. Yeah, nothing's ever certain in football. Football always makes fools of us at the end of the day. Frankie Reed says Arsenal to get Chelsea. I think Chelsea, definitely of those 4 teams, City, Chelsea, Liverpool and Arsenal, I definitely think at least one of, I think there's a pair of them. I think they draw, at least one of them draws another. Maybe it's Arsenal get Port Vale, City get Brentford, Liverpool get Chelsea, and then it's Leeds against Southampton. That might make sense. That there's at least one of those big 4 pairings who get each other. Julius Hotspur, who will Spurs get? Arsenal will get Port Vale, says Jake. Arsenal, bloody hell. Avram Glazer, Arsenal always rig draws nowadays. Look at their path to the Champions League final. I won't go as far as rigging them, mate, but they've certainly benefited, haven't they? They've had a decent little go, and they've benefited certainly from some fortunate draws. What's your prediction, Quee? What's your prediction, Key? For this one, I think Brentford to win 2-1. 2-1 Brentford. That's my opinion anyway, but let me know what you think. Sean Swords, when's the draw? The draw is at 7:05, so kicks off in 5 minutes, the draw, and then the actual game kicks off at 30:30. Maru gameplay, the draw is finished or not? No, the draw only starts in about 15 minutes, mate. Sorry, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Arsenal have already played Port Vale this season in the Carabao Cup. And Aina says, I think it's going to be West Ham 2, Brentford 3. Definitely goals in this tonight, I agree. Andrew says the path to the Champions League final was made by winning the league phase. Well, I think the challenge there, Andrew, is that Liverpool did exactly the same last year and got PSG the eventual winners. James, when's the draw? 5 minutes. 5 minutes time. Adam, what's your prediction on West Ham? I think 3-2 to Brentford. Jake, come on, it's true. Arsenal always rig games like the one a couple of years ago. What are we up to? But yeah, listen, we've got a wonderful halftime quiz all planned. So let me know what you're thinking in terms of ideas for quizzes going forward. If you've got an idea for a quiz, pop it in the chat. My words: Liverpool get Arsenal, City get Chelsea. I've just been thinking about that. Thinking there's definitely going to be at least one of them four get each other, as a minimum, an absolute bare minimum. Who are you hoping to draw, Key? I'd quite like to see Chelsea. I'm rooting for Liverpool-Chelsea here. I want Liverpool to get Chelsea. I feel like you might as well play them now. Let's get them at Anfield. I'd be confident with Chelsea. I mean, don't get me wrong. It would be wonderful. I think with given how stretched our squad is, it would be wonderful for Liverpool to get Port Vale at Anfield or Southampton at Anfield. Just a team that we can maybe rest a little, I'm not saying take for granted, but just that we can maybe rotate a couple of players out. Do you know what I mean? Like, we are so stretched. We are stretched more than pretty much any team in the league at the minute in terms of those really key positions. Isak being out for the season, Leone being out for the season, Bradley out for the season, Frimpong's missed loads of footy. We're just constantly getting injuries that have tore our season apart, to be honest. And yeah, it would be very, very useful if we could just get not an easy one, but a nice, just slightly easier one. Let's say a slightly easier one. I'd like to see Port Vale or Southampton back at Anfield. We've already had Southampton at Anfield in the Carabao Cup and we beat them. But I think it's going to be Chelsea. Personally, I think we get Chelsea. Creed, in your opinion, do you think Areola is better? Oh, sweet lord. Yeah, he's a good goalie, mate. Aina says, I know Brentford will win, but I really do wish West Ham could win. Well, they might do. They've played well recently, West Ham. Andy, I think you'll get Arsenal. Olive, do you think West Ham... Oliver, sorry, do you think West Ham will beat City? No, I think City win that one. Will Isak be back by the time the next round is played? Apparently he's back on grass, Alexander Isak, but he's only just getting back to sort of semi-train. He's not in full training yet. He's nowhere near being ready to actually come off the bench or even be named on the bench. I think Alexander Isak, from what I've heard, is it's going to be kind of early to middle of April maybe. Razine, yes mate, how's it going? We're doing Barcelona against Newcastle tomorrow. So we'll be doing your team tomorrow, mate. What was funnier, Turkish It's a Man's Game or Cundy the other night on the sports bar to O'Hara? To be honest, I haven't even seen the Jason Cundy one. Andy, Liverpool to get City, Arsenal will get Chelsea. Evan, I'm praying there's a team not from the Prem in the semis at Wembley. That might well happen, yeah. I think Port Vale v Southampton could be an interesting one. And here it is anyway. Here's the quarter-final draw. Here it is. It's very, very close to getting underway. Ali McCoist. Come on. Let me turn it up. Right, FA Cup draw, Southampton, Port Vale, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Leeds, and then West Ham or Brentford, who obviously play right after this game's finished. So, 8 teams in the hat, semi-finals on the line, here we go. Joe Cole doing the draw with Big Joe Hart. Come on. Who's it gonna be? Razine, mate, we need your Champions League bracket predictions for the round of 16. Or round of 16. To be honest, I need to do more predictions videos. I'll see. I'll see if I can do some more. Joe Hart won the FA Cup with City in 2011. He did indeed. He's a decent goalkeeper, Joe Hart. I feel like he's not quite... he's not quite got the respect that he deserves as a goalkeeper, has he, Joe Hart? Come on, here we go. Right, Southampton is number 1. Port Vale number 2. Arsenal number 5. Leeds number 4. Liverpool number 6. Chelsea number 7. City number 3. And West Ham or Brentford is number 8. Right, there we go. So that's your team numbers. Southampton 1. Port Vale 2. City 3. Leeds United 4. Arsenal 5, Liverpool 6, Chelsea 7, and then the tie that's tonight, West Ham against Brentford, is number 8. The winners of that tie, number 8. Here we go. Draw about to get underway. Come on. Come on, let's have it. Liverpool against Port Vale at Anfield. It's going to be Chelsea, innit? I know it's going to be Chelsea. Come on. Give us a nice juicy one. First name out the hat. Who's it going to be? Number 1, Southampton at home. Oh, Southampton at home. We'll take them. We'll take Southampton at St Mary's. Go on, we'll have them. Give us number 6. Number 5, Arsenal. Fucking hell. You could script it. Southampton against Arsenal. There you go. Absolutely shocking. Southampton, Arsenal. There's the first one. There's the first one. We knew it. We knew it was coming. Next one out the hat. Number 7, Chelsea. Here we go. Liverpool. You watch number 6 here. Joe Hart's giving us Chelsea away. Give him City. Give him City. Give him number 3. Give him number 3. Number 2, Port Vale. Fucking hell, we've got City, haven't we? Chelsea against Port Vale. Southampton against Arsenal. Unbelievable stuff. Chelsea, Port Vale, Southampton, Arsenal. It's City against Liverpool, innit? You know it. We've got to get him at Anfield. Please give us number 6 at home. Number 6 at Anfield. Gotta be. 3, City. City at the Etihad. Who's getting him? It's number 6, innit? Joe Hart's going to give him Liverpool. City against Liverpool. You watch. No, give us Leeds. Number 6, Liverpool. Fucking shitbags. Unbelievable. There you go. City face Liverpool in the next round. Southampton v Arsenal. Chelsea, Port Vale. City v Liverpool. And then that means Leeds play Brentford or West Ham. And it's Brentford or West Ham at home as well. So West Ham or Brentford versus dirty Leeds. Liverpool play City away. That's shocking. That is absolutely shocking. Disgusting, that. City away. Fucking hell. Oh. City away. As if we've got City away. Absolutely rigged. Absolutely rigged. And you know what that means as well? Southampton get Arsenal. And you just know that it's going to be Arsenal to play the winners of West Ham, Brentford or Leeds in the semis. So Arsenal just get a bye to the final. Just as they've basically got a bye to the final in the Champions League and the FA Cup. Well done, Arsenal. Rigged. Rigged. There you go. That's the draw, by the way. There's the draw. The FA Cup draw. Southampton face Arsenal at St Mary's. Chelsea face Port Vale. City face Liverpool. And West Ham face Brentford or Leeds. There you go. Absolutely shocking. Rigged. Rigged. They just didn't want to give Arsenal City because they parked the bus. Reese, if I was of a suspicious nature and I'd be spelling a fix here, you would. It is, isn't it? It's a definite fix. It is a definite fix. That's so bad. Southampton, Arsenal, Chelsea, Port Vale, City, Liverpool, West Ham against Brentford or Leeds in the next round. Fucking hell, that's disgusting. Absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. Oh, come on, Southampton. Southampton, do the world a favour. Southampton, do it. We're all waiting on you. We are all Southampton, aren't we? We are all Southampton. Tony, what dates are these played, Key? Do you know what? I don't know, mate. I've not a clue what dates they're actually played on. I just know that Arsenal will be through against Southampton. Pure Saints, yes. Pure Saints. Come on, the Saints. We are all going to be cheering Saints on. Real life, just curious, Key. How do you go about rigging cup draws? Hot balls, mate. Hot balls. Hot balls and cold balls. That's how you rig them. Can we have a little check on that draw, please, sir? Get a little VAR check on that draw, please, sir. Absolutely shocking. City away? As if we've got City away. City away. Chelsea versus who? Chelsea have got Port Vale at Stamford Bridge, Dinesh. Ian says, can they VAR the draw for foul play? Well, they better not do. They should do. Arsenal, the real corrupt FC. That's it. Come on, the Vale. Chelsea, Port Vale. Goodness me. Goodness gracious me. Absolutely sickening, innit? That's the sort of thing. From a Port Vale point of view, you'd just be like, what's the point of beating Sunderland? We just got Chelsea away. Chelsea away. Liverpool joke, got the hardest game all fixed. That's it. Shocking, innit? Absolutely shocking. You can literally, that's how they've done it in the past with the draws. Hot balls and cold balls. They can rig these draws, and it might well have happened again with a draw like that. It might well have happened again. City's definitely winning against Liverpool because Liverpool got beat by City home and away. Trey, as an Arsenal fan, I'm happy. I bet you are, Trey. Bet you are. Premier League looking down favourably. What was it the Premier League managing director said? The chief of the Premier League said, we want a new winner every 6 years. Yeah, well, that's stacking up, isn't it? That's stacking up. That certainly seems to be on track. Sveta, do you ever not moan? All the time. All the time I don't moan. This is the first time you'll have heard me moan. Nate says, I'm going to be honest, the only club that would challenge Arsenal would be Man City. The others are just too easy, even Liverpool. How'd you get on against Liverpool this season, Nate? Yeah. Too easy, Liverpool, apparently. But Arsenal have played us twice, can't beat us. Even with literally playing with 10 men. Quadruple is on, says Torres. It is, yeah, it is on, certainly for City anyway. Adam, could have been worse. You could have gone out to Plymouth Argyle. With kids out, though. With the kids out. Quadruple is coming to North London. Listen to him. Rig, says Man City recap. Mate, you and I are on the same page. It was an absolute rig, that, wasn't it, for Chelsea and well, particularly for Arsenal, but Chelsea getting Port Vale at home, Arsenal get Southampton away, and City and Liverpool get one of the big guns out. Get the big guns out. Tom Harley, when's the draw? You've just missed it, mate. You've just missed it. It's done. Southampton got Arsenal. So, sorry for the Saints fans. They're going to have to witness some pretty dire football, but they may well be going out. Chelsea against Port Vale. City face Liverpool, which is obviously the big tie of the round. West Ham or Brentford, which is the tie that we're watching tonight. West Ham or Brentford face Leeds. Who do we think's going through? Let me know in the chat. What do you think? Of those 4 ties, what do you think the semis then look like? What do we think? Tom Toyland says, if you look at Arsenal's record away at Southampton, you'll realise it's a bogey place for them. Hey, maybe they'll surprise us, but something tells me I can't. No, I don't think so. Saying that, Mansfield nearly beat them yesterday, didn't they? So, or whenever it was. Yesterday, day before, whenever it was. Man City recap says, to be honest, I was in LB, told him we're getting Liverpool. It was obvious. Yeah, I mean, I did think we'd at least one of those 4 would get paired off with each other. But I didn't think it'd be Liverpool and City. Shay says, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Brentford. That's the semis, I think. I think Brentford do go through, though. Out of the 3, West Ham, Brentford and Leeds, that's, 3 Premier League teams. I think Brentford are the strongest of the 3. But they've got to navigate past West Ham tonight, and it's going to be a difficult tie for them. Big draw, says Christopher Hooper. D, it's a London team in the final. Do you think so? Shay, I ain't been in for a while too. Hope you're all good, mate. I'm good, mate. Thank you. How are you? Good to see you. Key, you're Arsenal's biggest fan, Paul. Can't keep them out of your mouth. Listen, I'll just chat whatever the viewers want to chat about, mate. Whatever the comments say, whatever the chat box says, whatever football fans in general want to talk about, I'll talk about. If that may be Arsenal, then I'll talk about Arsenal. We talked about Newcastle the other night. We've been talking about whether Everton are going to get Europe. There's all sorts we talk about in here. But if you only pop in for 30 seconds, if you've got TikTok brain, if you've only got TikTok brain and you can only focus for 5 seconds, I need something else, dopamine, then yeah, you probably think all I do is talk about Arsenal. I can understand that. Andy says Arsenal v Chelsea and then City v Brentford. That's my semi-final prediction. I am Groot. Would you like to see a Brentford win the cup if we don't? Great story after big summer changes. Yeah, I'd like to see Brentford. If Liverpool don't win it, then yeah, Brentford. I'm rooting for Brentford. Alexandro Key's Arsenal's biggest fan. I've heard that one before, Alex. I don't even know, says I'm an Arsenal fan and I'm saying City win, Leeds win, Chelsea win, Southampton win. You think Southampton knock Arsenal out? As an Arsenal fan, wow. Man City recap says, know what's funny? If we manage to beat you guys, we're defo getting Chelsea. I do. To be honest, mate, I do think you'll beat us in the cup. I think the cup's got City's name all over it this year. You always tend to do really well domestically in those FA Cup, Carabao Cup. So I think the FA Cup's yours this year, to be honest. But hey, we'll see. We'll see. It'll be interesting. It'll be a good tie. Be a good game. Be a very good game. Will can't wait for Arsenal to lose to Bodo Glimt and Southampton win. Che, if it's not Arsenal, it's not worth talking about. Applies to any fan base. What do you mean? If it's not Arsenal, it's not worth talking about. I'm not sure I'd agree with that. Not sure I'd agree with that. We've had some fantastic conversations about things not related to Arsenal, and then all of a sudden, a desperate Arsenal fan comes in the chat and says, "Oh, talk about us, please." Jordan, cooked draw for Liverpool. Alfie, West Ham drew Millwall once, and they said it was a practice run in 2017. Toblerone, Liverpool and City neither wanted each other. That's very true. Yeah, that's really true. I don't think they'll have wanted us as much as we wouldn't have wanted them anyway. Real Life says, remember guys, Key has a singular Arsenal shirt. It means he loves them and is their biggest supporter. Bleach Demon, another hard game for City before the EFL Cup final. And Richard Kennedy, we talk about biscuits as well. We do, yeah, we talk about biscuits. We talk about all sorts. We veer off when there's not actual football keeping us entertained. We end up talking about daft stuff. Will says, draw was defo rigged. Joe Hart saying City, City, City before Cole pulled that ball out. And Adam says Arsenal with another free pass. Well, maybe. There is that. There is that. What do you think of the draw? I don't think City wanted us. We didn't want City. So it's a tough one for both teams. Neither team will be made up with that one. Timbo, if we get to the semi, look at the state of Chelsea. If they get to the semi-final, their run has been Charlton, Hull, Wrexham and Port Vale. They've had to beat Charlton, Hull, Wrexham. Chelsea are going to get to the final with that run. Do you know why? Honestly, Chelsea are almost certainly getting Leeds, aren't they, in the semis? You're going to play Leeds in the semis. Oh, unbelievable. Ben says, City away, do me a favour. And Sarah says, like I said, let's wait and see. Because if Liverpool win, I'm going hunting for you. Che says, keep up the good work and content. Liverpool should be going all out for Alonso. Have to disagree, Che. I'll be honest. That's not. I don't want us to see to go for anyone. I want us to keep Arne Slot. I am astonished, quite frankly, that Liverpool fans and any football fans, honestly, would turn on Arne Slot. I think he's done an unbelievable job, an absolutely unbelievable job. Alfie, here's a fact for you. Who's the last team to win the FA Cup with an all-English team? Ooh, last team to win the FA Cup with an all-English team. That's a good question. Go on, give me an answer. Who is it? I don't even know. Says Arsenal lead the Champions League in the semis. We lose to Southampton. We lost to City in the Carabao Cup, and then we win the league by the end of April. I think you'd take that, wouldn't you, to be honest? Arsenal fans would be quite happy if you just won the league but you went out of everything else. That'd still be a pretty solid season for Arsenal, wouldn't it? Be a decent year. Will, would your personal views on the manager change if we didn't get the Champions League? Possibly, yeah. I mean, I don't think so. Not for me, but I could understand the club letting him go if we don't get Champions League footy. No, I don't think it was Wigan. Toblerone, you reckon Liverpool will play Chelsea in the Champions League and FA Cup? No, I think we'll play him in the Champions League. We're definitely going to play him in the Champions League, but I don't think we'll play him in the FA Cup now. I think it's almost certain that Liverpool get knocked out, to be honest. Timbo makes up for us getting at PSG after finishing in the top 8, I suppose. And Joe, who are Arsenal playing tonight? Nate, let's go Arsenal. I'll see you guys Wednesday for the Arsenal match. Yeah, mate, I'm live. 5:45 we'll be live for Arsenal Leverkusen. And Christopher says, we haven't won the Prem in 22 years. I'd love to win it no matter what. That's true. True enough. I don't even know, says the most rigged draw is City playing Newcastle 5 times this season when they should only be playing them twice. Redo the draw. Redo the draw. Craigism, I missed the draw. Who's got who? So, would you believe Southampton got Arsenal? Southampton, Arsenal, Chelsea, Port Vale, West Ham or Brentford, which is on right now, play Leeds, and then Manchester City play Liverpool at the Etihad. That's the draw. That is the Champions League. That's the FA Cup quarter-final draw. Shocking. Timbo Key, for God's sake. I know, mate. I'm sorry. I kept they draw me. They're giving the stick, and I'm just like, well, go on. I'll bite. I'll have a nibble. City are on for the quadruple. Do you think you win the Champions League? Well, I think we've got a good chance. We've got a very good chance. Ethan, Orwell Key, see you at the Etihad. Yeah, see you there, mate. Well, I won't see you there, but I'm sure we'll reconvene after that one. It'll be a great game, if nothing else. Shay says league is the most important thing. Anything else a bonus. That's it. Yeah, that's fair enough. Evening, Legend. How's it going? Legend FK, how's it going, sir? I don't even know, says if Arsenal win all competitions, it'll be loads of 1-0s and then a Masterclass Champs League final showing football you've never seen, a.k.a. Arsenal winning 1-0 from an own goal corner. Okay. Casual, when is the semi-final draw? After the quarterfinals. Yeah, after the quarters. Imagine Liverpool win a cup double with a manager who won the Prem in his first season. I really think you get to the final in the Champions League. I think we will. I think we'll go far in the Champions League, but I don't think it maybe the final might be a stretch, but I definitely think we make it to the semis. I'm almost certain it's the semis. Would have loved to see a Southampton Port Vale to guarantee a non-Prem team through. Yeah, well, hey, that's the thing. We'll have to wait and see now exactly how the Southampton Port Vale ties against Arsenal and Chelsea pan out. Because there's always a giant killing. And I still think there might be. I hold out hope. I am Mr. Meeseek says I'm liking this Liverpool City fixture. Football gods are fixing things. Certainly fixing things in somebody's favour, aren't they? They're certainly putting it in someone's favour. Christopher Hooper says your hardest game is Bayern. Liverpool won't play Bayern in the Champions League this year. No, Bayern don't make it that far. I think City beat Real Madrid. And I think City would beat Bayern quite comfortably, to be honest. But even if City don't beat Real Madrid will beat Bayern. So, yeah, personally, I think Atalanta get knocked out by Bayern. I think City-Real Madrid's going to be a great tie, but I think City just edge that. City will beat Bayern. Liverpool will beat Galatasaray. Chelsea will beat PSG. Liverpool will play Chelsea. I think Liverpool beat Chelsea over 2 legs. And then it'll be Liverpool-City semi-final. And then on the other side, it's almost certainly going to be Arsenal-Barca. Can't see it being anything other than Arsenal-Barca, Liverpool-City. And maybe it'll be a Liverpool-Arsenal final. Maybe it's Liverpool-Arsenal. Maybe it's the ultimate, the Key Thomas Champions League final to end all finals. Fucking hell, I'd die that night. I'd absolutely die that night. Timbo says we'll beat Liverpool, Key, don't you worry. Yeah, you weren't so confident midweek, were you? No chance Bayern make it to the final. No, I don't think so, What makes you think you best Gala? They're just not a very good side. Bottom line, that's it. Like, I watched Galatasaray against Juventus. They were shocking. Absolutely shocking. I watched them when we played them at Rams Park earlier this season. They were shocking. Absolutely dreadful. They won the game on the basis of a very... I'm not even going to say contentious. It was never in a million years a penalty. But they got a penalty. They won the game on that. Over 2 legs, we'll destroy Galatasaray. We'll beat them comfortably. If you watch the game against Juventus, they were shocking, absolutely shocking against Juve, dreadful. Toblerone, I can't see in any simulation where Bayern don't make it to the final. Well, hey, we'll see. We'll see. Let's reconvene on that one. The Legend FK says the biggest concern against Galatasaray are the fans. A nightmare. Well, they're not allowed at Anfield, are they, for the second leg? Don't follow me, says Crazy. You won't get past Leverkusen, and if you do, Bodo Glimt will have you off. Well, there you go. We're off and underway, and Brentford have gone for the old Everton set piece. Kick-off. Launching it up in the air. Right, here we go. Let's get the game underway. Oh, Brentford with the first shot. Just over the bar from Sharda. Andrew, couldn't have been that bad. They scored 7 past Juve. I know. Have you watched Juve much this season? My point is, Juve put 5 past them, and most of that with 10 men. Bowen. Oh, unlucky. Not far off. Not far off. TM5 says, I wouldn't forfeit the league, so Spurs get relegated. No way. I want Spurs to stay up. It's the most guaranteed 6 points in Arsenal's calendar. Abel Jimenez says, West Ham to win 3-1 tonight. Okay, like it. Let me just get the chat going. Long ball forward for Brentford. Andy, I want Spurs relegated. They never give Chelsea a game. And Timbo says Liverpool's record isn't great recently at the Etihad, is it? No, it's never been great. It's always been poor, to be honest, against City away. West Ham into the box, unlucky, good save. Low down from Kelleher. Italian football's dead. FCB, high key, bit nervous. Any tips? Have a good sleep. Have a nice sleep, mate. Sleep always helps. Thomas says Alisson's out tomorrow's game, innit? Yep. Yep, Alisson is out tomorrow. Mamardashvili comes in for the Galatasaray game. Toblerone, the Milan derby was a good watch. I liked the Milan derby. I thought it was a bit end-to-end, wasn't it, for a long spell in that one. But it's... Yeah, after the first goal, after the Estupiñán goal, it just sort of regressed into attack v defence, really. Andy says, come on, Brentford. Brentford have done really well this season, but do we think there's a real possibility they could make Europe? How likely is a European place for Brentford? Clarkey, is it the Theo Walcott and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain derby? Can't name any other players for Southampton and Arsenal, can you? Ox and Walcott. Timbo says, Italian football seems to ping-pong between being very good and then rubbish every couple of years. No in between. It's the Dejan Lovren of leagues, isn't it? Stacey, good evening. How you doing? Lovely to see you. Oh, Coyote does really well there to intercept and drives forward. Well done. Down the right-hand side, good work from Adama Traore to get back. Andy, I believe so. Jordan Henderson has been really good for Brentford. Hell of a signing, Jordan Henderson, hasn't he? Got to say. Like, really, really top quality. Down the left-hand side, Brentford into the box. Damsgaard, strike. Oh, just over the bar. It's a great effort from Jordan Henderson. Just couldn't quite keep it down. Should have done better there, I think. Damsgaard set it up perfectly. You've got to expect Jordan Henderson to hit the target there. Right on the edge of the box. It's on his stronger foot. All he's got to do is get it on target. And I think it's 1-0 Brentford. There you go. 6 minutes in. Should have been 1-0 Brentford. I don't even know, says I swear, if Arsenal get Man City in every final, and obviously the EFL Cup final and league race, I'll be contacting FIFA for a criminal investigation. Ian says, Key, which cup do you think we're most likely to win, FA Cup or Champions League? Champions League. Yeah, we've always had a bit of a romance, haven't we, with the Champions League, with the European Cup, and I think it might be that way again this year. I'm almost certain that we reach the semis. I think we'll play Chelsea in the semis, in the quarters, sorry, and then we'll reach the semis against either Real Madrid or Manchester City. And then it's a case of whether we can beat them over 2 legs to make it to the final. But I am incredibly confident we make the semis. I would be astonished if Liverpool didn't make the semis. Gamer Guru says, not a bad draw for the FA Cup. Got a feeling it'll be Arsenal and Chelsea final. Yeah, Chelsea looking like they'll make it that far just having played... Who was it they said before? Charlton. Timbo said they've played Charlton, Hull, Wrexham and Port Vale. And if they beat Port Vale, they've got to a semi-final having beaten Charlton, Hull, Wrexham and Port Vale. Haven't played a Premier League side. Jake, how's it going, sir? Good to see you, mate. How's things? Chelsea have got an easy route so far. They have, and do you know what? Fair play. That's the luck of the draw, I guess. Timbo, Liverpool fans always predict easy victories against us. We'll see. It's not easy. I don't think it'll be easy against Chelsea over 2 legs, but I just think we'll do you over 2 legs. I think we're the better side, and over 2 legs, I think we would prove that. That's all. I don't think it's anything. Over 2 legs, generally speaking, the best team goes through now. It used to be you could beat the top teams without being better than them with the away goal. Now the away goal's gone. I think it is very much down to who's the better side. You don't tend to lose over 2 legs unless you're the better side. Or, yeah, if you're the better side, rather. Timbo, the league table says differently, mate. League table often tells lies, mate. Through the season, it does. Mamish says Man City v Liverpool in the FA Cup. Yeah. Gamer Guru says the draw will be interesting. Having them again. What's that, sorry? Brendan, United go into free fall and Brentford sneak into 6th is my prediction. United fans getting very cocky. Still, they're not in the FA Cup themselves. They're watching these FA Cup and Champions League draws thinking, oh yeah, it's giving people stick for getting difficult draws. And Grimsby and Brighton weren't that hard, were they? Toblerone, Keith Andrews doing a great job. And he's got a long, was it 6 years they give him? Yeah, 6-year contract for Keith Andrews. Alf says, I feel like the Champions League keeps ruining itself by trying to be more and more fair. When you make cup competitions fair, you basically have a league without the league drama. No drama, no magic. And Shakhtar says, Key, you got Man City, but you will go through this time as an Arsenal supporter. Most of my family are Liverpool. Still, there is love for Liverpool. That's brilliant. Cheers, Shikar. Real Life says, Timbo. Chelsea are inconsistent in general, but I'd say we're quite consistently good against the big sides. It's the lower teams we're rubbish against. Chelsea haven't won away against the top 6 side in something like, isn't it something like 10 years or something like that? It's a really long, long time since Chelsea have won away. So you might do all right at Stamford Bridge. Brentford strike, must be. Oh, good save from Areola. Important save. 10 minutes in, Coyote very nearly putting Brentford in front. It's all Brentford so far. Jordan Henderson has missed, maybe not a sitter, but that is a sitter from Coyote. Big, big chances being missed from Brentford early doors. Danny Sharp, Chelsea haven't beat Arsenal in the last 11 meetings. I was going to say, I know Chelsea away from home against the big sides are not particularly strong. Ib Samser says, I hope West Ham lose. Not a fan of West Ham. I actually quite like both of these teams, to be honest. I've no issue with either West Ham or Brentford. I think Brentford will win, though. I think they're the better side. Toblerone, Man United watching from the stands. They're playing one Prem game the whole of April. That's so bad, isn't it? One Prem game. One game in a month. Sweet Lord. Ronnie says, Arsenal v Liverpool final. Who do you have as favourite? In the Champions League, Liverpool every day. We'd beat Arsenal in a one-off game. We've already done it twice this season. But I think in a Champions League final, you'd have to back Liverpool. Yeah. Especially if we could get Isak back. Get Isak back, we'd beat them, no problem. Easy. Arne Slot's got Arteta's number. He's got his number. TM5 says, I think it'll either be Arsenal-Liverpool final or Arsenal-Bayern Champions League final. Do think Arsenal make it, for what it's worth. I think Arsenal do make the final. Looking at that side of the draw, there's only really Barca that can stop him. And I'm not that convinced that Barcelona over 2 legs would stop him. When's Isak back? Apparently it's the start of April, maybe early, mid-April. First couple of weeks of April is when it's been sort of forecast, but they're a bit hesitant about putting a real time frame on it because obviously it's such a big injury, so they don't know. Nick, Arsenal have played 16 games outside the Premiership this season and won all 16. Yeah, fair enough. They are the most effective side in football at the minute. I don't think anyone would doubt that. Shikar says, Key, love from India. I really like your stream, especially when you bantered Arsenal. I think Liverpool will have a strong last part of the season. Come on, Arsenal and Liverpool. Lots of love to India, Shikar. Really appreciate you coming in and saying that, mate. Lots of love and, yeah, enjoy the rest of the season. I do think you'll win at least one big thing as an Arsenal fan. I'm sure you'll see a little bit of silverware this season, if nothing else. Even if it's just the Carabao Cup. How will Isak and Ekitike gel together? Well, they've already done it so far, haven't they? We've seen Isak and Ekitike. Some of our best performances this season have been with those two playing together. The Spurs game away, Ekitike scored first, and then Vert set up Isak for the winner. And then Isak broke his leg, so in the same game. So that's the problem Liverpool have had, that they just started to sort of click together, and then out they went. Christopher, I was in Bahrain last time it kicked off. I was lucky not to be there as the missiles dropped. Yeah, very scary time out there in the Middle East at the minute. Lots of people on the way back home. Brendan says, easy, why do you do it, Key? Galatasaray through to the quarterfinals, a guarantee now. Nah, it's not. Don't be silly. Galatasaray are not knocking us out over 2 legs. Don't be stupid. Don't be silly. They're absolutely shocking. They're not knocking us out over 2 legs. 1 love Leeds from Pakistan. Oh, 2-1 love Leeds from Pakistan. Mr. Timor. How's it going, Timor? Timbo says Liverpool are going to be dinosaurs next year playing Isak and Ekatike in a 4-4-2. Yes, Mike Bassett formation next year for Liverpool. We'll call it a flat midfield 4, right? We'll call it a box midfield. That's what they call it, isn't it? We'll call it a box midfield because that's what Oliver Glasner is trying to make fashionable at Palace. A box midfield, and we'll have our wing backs high, and we'll have Isak and Ekatike in a 2. Galatasaray are strong at home, away they're awful. Where are we up to? The Arsenal, when's the FA Cup draw, Key? It's already happened, mate. Southampton v Arsenal, Chelsea, Port Vale, City, Liverpool, and then the winners of this tie, West Ham, Brentford, have got Leeds at home. Timbo, Liverpool. Oh, we've done that one, sorry. Alf says, positive comment on Arsenal. I'm pressing the like button. Positive comment on Arsenal. I've always given you positive comments on Arsenal. I've nothing but positive things about Arsenal. FCB, Key, wish me luck. Good luck, mate. Good luck. Whatever for, but good luck. I know you said you were nervous earlier, but yeah, whatever it is, mate, good luck, and I'm sure you'll do fine. Try to relax. Ra says, you think if Arsenal were to win 1 trophy that's not the Prem or the Champions League, Arteta should get sacked? No. I don't think that, but I can absolutely understand that there's a lot of Arsenal fans that do. But isn't it baffling that they're so like, oh my God, there's Arsenal fans saying Mikel Arteta, who was it? Mikel Arteta's the best manager in Europe. Like, he's not won anything. And they're like, well, yeah, but he's unbelievable. Look at what he's done. Look at what he's achieved. Look at what he's took us to. And da-da-da-da. But then you've still got a big section of the fan base that would sack him quite happily if he doesn't deliver one of the big 2 trophies. Mr. Arsenal, how's it going, mate? Evening, Key. Good luck against City in the FA Cup. Hope you knock them out. Well, I wish I could say the same to you for Southampton. I'm rooting for the Saints for that one. But hey, no, thanks, mate. And yeah, well, I'm sure we'll see each other at some point in the Champions League. Maybe that's what we need to look at. Traore. Oh, unlucky. Shot from distance, just wide for West Ham. CR7 Maka, do you rate Chiesa, bro? No. As a player, yes, but he's never fit. He's not fit. He can't play football for any longer than 20 minutes. So, do I rate him? Yeah, he's a good footballer, but he can't play footy. So that's unfortunate for him. And I've really appreciated him coming into the side and giving his all. And he's been a really, really, he scored some big goals for us and stuff off the bench. Very likeable, gives his all in that 20 minutes. But whenever we've started him, you can't start Chiesa. He's not reliable. Can't do it. He's dreadful. Fitness just gives out on him. Kira G, Key, when did Arsenal and Liverpool start beef? It's a social media agenda. There's no beef between Arsenal and Liverpool. There's no beef between Arsenal and Liverpool. Just people, again, that's been invented in Arsenal fans' own mind. There is no beef. It's just people saying you're not that interesting. You don't play good football. That's all. That's all it is. And they cry and go, we're top. Yeah, you're top. But you don't play good footy. You're boring. You'll bore your way to a title at some point. And you spent an awful lot of money doing it as well. What are we up to? Christopher Hooper says, I was honest last season. Arsenal were trash. Liverpool was amazing. Mo Salah was the best player in the world. And Brendan says, remember 2006 World Cup, the magic box. Ronaldinho, Kaka, R9, Adriano. West Ham, Bowen! It's there! It's 1-0! Jared Bowen He's putting in. I tell you what, it's totally against the run of play. West Ham 1, Brentford 0. It's an absolutely. It's a total turn on what we've seen. Totally against the run of play. Brentford have battered West Ham so far. I can't believe they've gone behind. 20 minutes in. There you go. Jared Bowen. Mr. Reliable. Mr. West Ham. Ball comes out to the edge of the box. Matheus Fernandes puts it back in. Hell of a player, Fernandes. Is he onside? I think he is. And Bowen, backstick. It's just a good header. And there he is to tap it home. Is he onside when they knock it down, though? That's the only question. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. Good ball in from Fernandes. Who's the one who heads it down? Is it... Who is it? Is it Solchek? Who is it who heads it down? 2-1 looking good. Well, there you go. West Ham are in front. West Ham in front. Shadcar says, I think Arsenal and Liverpool are like stepbrothers. We can't hate each other but can't get along as well. Just kidding. I think Arsenal and Liverpool are Reds. Love for love. That's it, mate. Love that. Felipe assist. Felipe? Who's Felipe? Felipe? Can't be Felipe. Let's have a look at the assist. Who got the assist? Solchek. It was Solchek. Of course it was. He's 9 foot tall. Kira says, you were celebrating Chelsea goal more than Chelsea fans. Hence asked why the beef. Yeah, no beef. There's no beef. I would dispute that I was celebrating it more than Chelsea fans, but if that's your opinion, that's your opinion. But yeah, no beef. No beef with Arsenal fans at all. Or Arsenal as a club. Or Arsenal the team. Don't particularly like Arsenal style of play, but that's it. That's the only gripe I have with Arsenal. No issue at all with the club, the fans, the players. Actually, quite like a lot of the players, but the style of play is shocking, and that's not just me. It's not an agenda driven by social media. It's anybody with eyes seems to notice that, and that's the problem that they don't like. You've got the Arsenal side of Arsene Wenger, the Invincibles, and Mikel Arteta's produced the Unwatchables. Uh, 124 says, number 19, Felipe heads it down, will get corrected, I'm never wrong. You are absolutely wrong. It's not Felipe, it's Pablo, mate. Pablo is the number 19, and he didn't head it. Christopher says, you keep saying we spent a lot of money, but can I mention Spurs? In the time Arteta has been at Arsenal, spent more, and they are not in a title race. What Arteta has done is great, as was trash before. It's not, mate. It's not quite the same. It's like you said, he has undoubtedly improved them, but let's not get dragged on to that. Pablo Felipe is his name. RM unknown. Do you rate Arteta? Yeah, no, I don't. No, I don't. Kira, fair enough. Have a great rest of the season. Arsenal fan, by the way. Yeah, take it easy, man. Yeah, thank you very much, and appreciate you coming in and having a nuanced footy chat. I appreciate it. Shakar says key, but I think Arsenal's style of play is being criticised this season only, but I think what Arsenal are doing is just get over the line, and from next year we will play the beautiful football. Yeah, I hear that a lot. I do hear that a lot, but I don't believe it's the case, because I don't think Arsenal have only played bad, negative, boring football this season. I think that's Arteta's style of play. I think that's his philosophy on football, and they are just getting over the line in games, and that's all that matters from their fans' point of view, because they've not won anything for a couple of decades. I understand it. I would be the same. What I'm saying is, that's why they aren't getting the appreciation externally that they crave. They are demanding appreciation. They're saying, look how wonderful we are. Look what amazing football. You don't play amazing football. You're the best team in the world. I don't think anyone really would deny that. I certainly wouldn't. And I'm apparently Arsenal hater number one. But no, I have absolutely no issue with Arsenal Football Club. I just don't think they play great footy. That's it. That's the top and bottom of it. Fantastic team in terms of winning, but an absolutely abhorrent side to watch. Christopher, I welcome Key's opinion. As I asked him, it would be crap world if everyone thinks the same. I'm here to listen to other people, thoughts and opinions. Exactly. No, exactly, mate. And that's why I love this channel, this community. Because we've got so many people who come in and share their thoughts and opinions. And it's from so many perspectives, so many people who are, some are Arsenal fans, some are Liverpool fans, some are Spurs fans. Some aren't Premier League fans at all. Some are Barca fans who are used to brilliant football. Some are Port Vale fans or Notts County fans. I love it. I just love everyone's opinion, and we can all have a little chat about it and see what the issue is and work it through together. But yeah, all love, no hate. Like I said, United were winning titles every year until Arsene Wenger's Arsenal came along when I was a kid. So I loved Arsene Wenger's Arsenal side as a kid. I massively appreciated them stopping United winning trophies, because if there's one thing I might love, or if there's one thing I might care about as much as Liverpool, in football terms anyway, is it's Man United losing. I hate United, they hate us, it's brilliant. That's what footy's about. And yeah, Arsenal stopped them winning Premier League, so I always respected them. And they played good footy, played brilliant footy. Maybe the best footy we've seen in the Premier League, arguably, certainly, isn't it? Certainly a claim for it. If you was to name your most attractive Premier League football team in terms of their style of play, their philosophy, how exciting they were to watch, as a neutral, I reckon the Arsenal Invincibles side would be up there. Definitely be up there. Even if you don't think it's them, they'd definitely be in with a shout, wouldn't they? Reese says it's Guardiola ball and then Wenger ball for sure. You think Guardiola's was... Actually, I never thought Guardiola's was that exciting. It's more exciting than what, we're being served up by the eventual Premier League winners this season. It's more exciting than that. But it was never... I never really thought Pep's would be in there. If I'm honest, for me, it would probably be... It would probably be Ancelotti's Chelsea would be up there. Header. Oh, it's there. It's 1-1. Is it going to count? Nathan Collins, is that going to count? Is it going to count? Of course it is. Surely that's going to count. Surely that counts. Nathan Collins with the goal. Areola's screaming and saying he wants an offside check. Might well be an offside check. I don't know what's going on here. The referee's... Honestly, he headed it in the net, and then Nathan Collins just kind of didn't even celebrate. But it's still... There's still a potential check ongoing. West Ham 1, Brentford 1. Jared Bowen now having a chat with the ref. Let's see. As the ball comes in, maybe Igor Thiago's offside. Oh, no, he's on. He's on. Nah, that's a goal. That's a goal. He's onside. Even if he's interfering with play, he's onside. Doesn't matter. The only question here now is whether or not it hits his hand. Nah, you're not getting that as a handball. That's 1-1. It's not handball, that. Can't give that for handball, I'm sorry. Don't be silly, it's off his chest. That's handball, that's never ever handball. That's a Brentford equaliser. We're getting goals in this game, people. There is goals in this game. Never. Honestly, I'd be astonished if this gets ruled out for handball. Absolutely astonished. You can't give handball for that. I'm sorry. There's no evidence at all to suggest that's handball. Never. Julius, who got the goal? The goal is Nathan Collins, but it does seem to deflect off Igor Thiago. But it looks like it comes off his chest, his gut, his midriff. I think that's a goal. Nathan Collins heads it goal bound. you've got Igor Thiago, and it's kind of coming across him like this. It's coming across him, and he goes like that, and like throws his chest out. It's like he's put it in with his tit, and it is going to count. There you go. Nathan Collins has headed it in, and I think it's going to go down as maybe a Thiago goal. I don't know. Maybe Thiago, maybe Nathan Collins, but either way, goal stands. Goal is given. West Ham 1, Brentford 1. Yeah, never handball, says Shay. TMG says City are the most boring ever. Tippy Tappy FC, only one gear. They've had quality players since the oil money. Arsenal have produced enough pretty football to last a lifetime. Back to front. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Reece says onside, but they'll dream in a handball. Not deliberate, mind you. And Timbo, I thought I was going to be called biased putting our Ancelotti team up there for entertainment. Glad you agree, Key. No, I did. I really liked the Ancelotti Chelsea side. I thought that was really good. I would say that would go ahead of Pep's for me. For me, if we're talking entertainment, begrudgingly, I would have to put the United side of 99 in there, or at least could maybe even argue even the earlier ones with Cantona was absolutely fantastic. I'd probably go even the earlier, because the 99 United side, I know they won the treble, but I'm not sure that was the definitive, Manchester United. I thought actually they were more entertaining with like 2001, sort of when Van Nistelrooy had arrived, 2001, 2002. I liked United then. I mean, liked is a stretch. Liked is a real stretch. But as a football team, they were undeniably brilliant there. Checking for a potential penalty on West Ham. You can't be giving that as a pen. He's going to give a pen? He's going to give a penalty to West Ham? How's that a penalty? Oh, that's not a pen. That's not a pen. Coyote. I don't think that's a penalty. Coyote on Adama Traore. I think that's going to be given as a penalty to West Ham. He's been sent to the monitor, the ref. No, it is actually. Hey, I take it all back. It is. It's a penalty. Adama Traore brought down in the area from Michael Coyote, the young right back, who's had a phenomenal season. But it's really, really clumsy from Coyote. And it's going to be a West Ham penalty. 31 minutes in. It looks like we're going to have our third goal here. Yeah, here you go. VAR, check. Penalty to West Ham. Penalty to West Ham. Penalty given. Brentford robbed, says TM5. Do you think so? I don't think that's a penalty, that it is. You can't do that. He's put his leg through the middle of Adama Traore's legs and basically stood on his foot. It's a penalty. It is. That is a pen. I didn't think it was. I'll be honest. I didn't think it was at first glance. I didn't think it was a pen in real time. And I didn't even think it was on the first replay. But actually, that's what VAR is there for. And do you know what? It's the right decision. It is the right decision. He's give it in the end. It is a penalty. That is exactly what you want VAR for. They have got to the right decision and they have given West Ham a penalty. It was a bad tackle. Joel says Coyote is nothing special. He's not technically gifted, just really athletic. Reece says just an accident, but a bit overeager to win the ball when he doesn't need to. Well, true enough, and here's Jared Bowen. Is Jared Bowen going to make it 2-1 West Ham? Left-footed, he does. There you go, 2-1 the Hammers. Oh, game on. Game on. Bubbles are flowing. Come on, the Bees. I think Brentford are going to do it, you know. Timbo says, bloody hell, Key, you're clearly biased towards West Ham. I know, yeah, how long before people start flying in the chat? Key, what's with all the West Ham hate? What's with all the Brentford hate? If it isn't the world's biggest Brentford hater. Christopher Hooper says, Stonewall, I like fast decisions. If it takes 5 minutes and it's not clear and obvious. That is also very true, but I did think that one was a pen and they got there in the end. And if I'm honest, First couple of replays, I didn't think it was. It just looked like a little bit of a coming together and looked like a Dharma try, or he went over quite soft, actually. This will go to extra time, says Julius. Let's hope so. I'd love a bit of extra time here. Reese Key, why do you hate Brentford? Key, what have you got against Brentford? Oh, shocking defending at the back from Nathan Collins. And Kante wins a corner. Well done. The hammers, the irons are absolutely flying here. It wasn't Nathan Collins, it was Ayer. Christopher Ayer. Jane, I used to think you were a right melt, but after watching you for a bit, you're not too bad. Thanks, mate. Stick around a bit longer, I might be able to drag you back to the melt side. Who do you support, Kev? I'm a Liverpool fan, Kev, but this is what we do on the channel every single day. We watch a game of football together. Every day, doesn't matter who it is. We're usually watching the top Premier League sides, but like it frustrated me. The reason I started the channel is because there's loads of big channels, loads of big watch-along channels, and games like this, they don't even bother with. They're not even bothered. They're only watching if it's Liverpool or Chelsea or United or Arsenal or City. You know, they're not interested in there's a whole other league. And to be honest, we'll watch Brentford against West Ham, but we're going to be watching Wrexham Swansea on Friday. We're going to be watching all the big Champions League games as well, don't get me wrong. I'll do, Galatasaray Liverpool tomorrow, Newcastle Barca tomorrow. We're watching both of them back to back. Wednesday we're doing Bayer Leverkusen against Arsenal and Real Madrid City. But Thursday I don't think there'll be many watch-along channels doing Lille against Aston Villa or Crystal Palace against AEK Larnaca. They won't be doing them, will they? No. But Key will, and the Premier League dad community will. We'll be watching them. Key is a confirmed West Ham fan. Broken verdict, enjoy football. That's it. If you love footy, then this is the place to be. If you love footy. If you're sad, like my wife calls me, you're sad, Key. You're sad. You're a Liverpool fan. Watch Liverpool. What are you doing watching Doncaster against Swindon Town in the EFL Cup? Get a life. Get a life. And I'm like, you get a life. You sit and watch the Kardashians. You get a life. Or whatever other guff she watches. I don't know what she watches. Vampire Diaries. I like Doncaster. Doncaster. Madow says, evening, Key and all you beautiful people. How you doing, mate? It's going to be a corner kick to Brentford here. Claydon, we will have fun when they don't. When they won't. Well, that's true as well. Kev, as an Arsenal fan, this could be an absolutely amazing season. Quadruple and Spurs relegated. Spurs aren't going down. Avail yourself of that nonsense. They're not going down. I don't think they will. Although I have got quite a bit wrong this season. Ada says, there will probably be more goals than my predictions, which was 3-2 Brentford. You did, yeah. Since it's already 2-1 to West Ham. We did say goals in this one, though, didn't we? I think I said, did I say 2-1 Brentford? Well, that's already wrong. I said 2-1 Brentford. You said 3-2. So we'll have to wait and see. Arsenal will break the Southampton curse and we'll get revenge. Footy XXG, what minute is it for you? It is 37:53:4. There you go. If you want to see the clock and the scoreboard and the stats, we've got live stats and the head to head and the lineups and everything. The proper overlay display where we've got a bit more of a professional look and feel. You'll have to head over to the place that starts with Y, ends in E. It's a big red play button. If you go and head over there, or to the purple one as well, you can find me on there. I'm live streaming there as well. It's a bit more of a professional setup. On TikTok, you get the different angle. It's not the most flattering, but it's more professional everywhere else. Reggie, quadruple and Spurs relegated. I would have to find a new sport. Nothing would ever top that. Honestly, if Arsenal won the quadruple and Spurs got relegated, that's the sort of thing that, Coyote in the box. Coyote pulls it back. That's a penalty, ref. That's got to be a penalty to Brentford, is it? Ooh, this one might get checked as well, you know. There might be a check on this one. Sharda got brought down. He's still down in the area. I think there might be a check on this one. Brentford have got the ball back into the area, and it's a corner, Brentford. There's a big claim here for a penalty. There might be another penalty. Coyote got in the box. Ball got pulled back. Sharda, who gets the ball first here? Oh, I think that's a pen. I think Sharda gets clattered there by Manuel Fernandez. Matias Fernandez, sorry. Gets his foot stamped on. That's a penalty. That is a penalty. Should be 2-2. Should be a penalty, this. No, corner. It's not been given. Oh, my goodness me. I can't believe he's not given that. That's just as bad as the West Ham one. Oh, he stamps on his foot. How have you not given that? How's that not a penalty? Oh, ref. Ref. Am I miles off it here? Is that not a... That's a pen, isn't it, Madhouse? That is a pen. That has to be a pen. How's he not given that? Oh, you silly... But I tell you what, Brentford fans will be devastated with that. That's so wrong. I can't believe that doesn't get called. Are we all agreed on that one? Are we all? It feels like everyone in the chat's pretty unanimous across all the platforms here that should have been a penalty. That is a pen, isn't it? Germocrat, Zach, there's no way that wasn't called. Legend FK, I want to get some Donna and chips. Typing on a full stomach feels better. Oh God, no. Donna meat and chips, bloody hell. Got heartburn just thinking about that. How is that not a pen, says Timmy. Ball whipped in, nearly cleared away. Government name unknown. Bro, I hate when players just lay on the floor to milk a foul. Even when the game continues, they just stay there. They just stay there, sorry. I don't know how that isn't a pen. I'll be honest, I'm astonished that doesn't get given. Stevie Wonder would call that a pen, says Adam. And Toby Swede, the level of referees in the Premier League and so on are worse than ever. I've got a little bit of sympathy with the referee. I have to say, I've got sympathy with the referee there. Because I can understand him not giving it first time round. He never gave the West Ham one first time round. And I didn't think it was first time round either. I've no problem with that. But I think if VAR gets involved for the first one, they have to get involved for the second. Send him, go and let him have a look at it. It definitely meets the threshold, doesn't it? Because that's the big question. The big question is, does it meet the threshold for an on-field review? And I think that one has to. You know, even if he goes to the screen and says, actually, do you know what? No, I'm sticking with my original decision. I would say less. I would say, all right, fair enough. I don't agree, but at least you've been and had a look at it. I think VAR will get more stick there. It's actually not the referee's fault, that. That is VAR's fault. They have to send him to the monitor. Timmy, it's VAR's fault. Exactly. I'm with you, Timmy. That's me too. I think it is VAR's fault. We'll be hearing an apology later today, of course, says Zach. Trod on his toe. He did. He never got any of the ball and he stood on his toe. It's a pen. That is a penalty all day, every day. I am astonished that doesn't get given. Madness. This game feels like a final. I understand the pressure on the ref. Says I am Mr. Meeseeks. And Christopher says I call out VAR. Brentford in the box. It's going to be a corner. I call out VAR and refs when they're ruining the game, even when Arsenal benefits. And Shay says VAR said he gets the ball first, though. But he doesn't, does he? He really doesn't. He doesn't get the ball first. How are we saying he gets the ball first? Corner to Brentford. Right, here we go. Corner kick to Brentford. Madhouse, I thought the guy before getting pulled back was a pen. I wasn't sure about the guy getting pulled back. The Coyote one, is that? Yeah, maybe. Toby, so happy we don't have it in Sweden. The Championship's a lot more fun to watch with no VAR, isn't it? Timmy, if West Ham win this, do you think this gives them confidence against City? I mean, I don't think West Ham have been playing like a side lacking in confidence. I actually think Liverpool deserved a lot more credit for beating them. West Ham have been brilliant recently. If you look at West Ham's recent results, there's only really the Liverpool game that stands out as a bad one. You know, Chelsea, they were 2-0 up away at Stamford Bridge, and I know they throw it away in the last minute, but that was a great performance. But yeah, going back to like the start of January, they won against QPR, they beat Tottenham, they beat Sunderland, they beat Burnley, they should have beat Man United here, they got a point against Bournemouth, they beat Burton, they're now winning against Brentford, they also beat Fulham at Craven Cottage, hell of a result. The only blip on all of that is the defeats away at Liverpool and away at Chelsea. And I think both of those, well, maybe not both of those, but the Chelsea one, they played really, really well in. Footy XXG, what are you watching on? It's on TNT. Playing for a penalty again. Is that going to be a pen? Is it going to be a pen? No? No pen. Oh. Key FCB asked if you can do a Tranmere stream. Tranmere stream? I thought you were a Stoke fan, FCB. Well, if there's a chance to watch Tranmere, I'll happily watch Tranmere. We very nearly did a Tranmere game in the last international break, I think. Usually when it's an international break and the top level sort of Champions League, Premier League football stops, obviously then there's a chance to watch League One, League Two, National League games, and that's usually when I start watching those games. Because we're doing a game every day still, even during the international breaks. So yeah, there might well be a chance to watch Tranmere, mate. I'll certainly try. Reese, if you turn the camera around, Key, I'll give you a $5. Josh, you are saying all this about West Ham, but said Spurs definitely won't get relegated. I don't think Spurs do. I think Leeds and Forest are more likely to get relegated than West Ham and Spurs. Sorry. Yeah, Leeds are not that impressive. Leeds are only 2 points ahead of Spurs, and I think, you know, if you look at the fixture list, Spurs still have to play Leeds, don't they? At Spurs. Andrew Key thinks Forest go down. Yeah, I do. I think it's Forest. I think Forest are more likely, and I think Leeds are probably second, and then it's maybe West Ham, and then it's Spurs. I don't think Spurs go down at all. I really don't. Sarah Key, you watching Tranmere on Saturday? No, not on Saturday. No, Saturday's Arsenal against Everton, and then Arsenal Everton, and then City West Ham, isn't it? Yeah, they're the two games on Saturday night. So yeah, Saturday you've got two games. Zola, you have PSG shirt, Ronaldinho. Yeah, that's it. That's the PSG Ronaldinho shirt. Tim, is Tranmere your local club? No. Well, is it? I don't know. As the crow flies, I'm not entirely sure what my local club is. Could be Tranmere, could be Liverpool, could be Everton. I don't know. It might well be that, you know, a few metres either side. They're all very close to each other. I don't know. Adam, all these extra channels and streaming services ripping the piss out of it for football matches. Far side, West Ham. Oh, must be off the line. Nearly 3-1 West Ham. There's only 2 minutes left. 3 minutes left, sorry. Davis, are you happy with the draw? Yeah, I'm happy with the draw. I'm happy enough with it. You got to play the best to be the best. Timmy, aren't you from Bolton? I saw a comment when I asked. No, I'm not from Bolton. No, there's plenty of people say I sound like I'm from Wales, and then some people say I sound like I'm from Bolton, and others saying I sound like a Manc, which, again, they're going to have to at some point start teaching kids about accents in school, because I don't sound anything like either Manc, Bolton, or Welsh. Nowhere near. Wouldn't like to walk it anyway to those. Forest getting relegated. Mr. Thomas, where do I cancel my membership? West Ham chance. Nearly 3-1 again. And that's going to be a foul, surely. Yeah, it's clear. Oh no, now Brentford on the counter-attack. Nearly 3-1 West Ham. Kelleher keeping Brentford in it. Demon Gooner, are you related to Simon Wilson? I'm not, mate, no. I'm not. That's a hell of a save from Kelleher, isn't it? You sound like you're from South Park. Love South Park. St Helens is a little bit like South Park. I don't live in St Helens anymore, but that's where I grew up. That's where I was maybe 15, 20 years ago. So, Key, if you listen, you sound a mix of Manc and Scouse all mixed together. That is St Helens, Sarah, to be honest. That's, yeah, just a bit of a mongrel accent. Key, you seen Retro La Liga weekend? I have, yes. Retro La Liga weekend where they're doing the old school kits. Look brilliant. The Arsenal, PSG v City, Barca, Arsenal, Champions League semis, I reckon. Good luck picking a winner from that. I don't think PSG make it through past Chelsea and Liverpool. I'll be honest, mate. Have you seen PSG much this season? They are not the same team. PSG are all over the place. FCB. You don't have to ask Sarah, mate. I can see some comments, but just the chat goes so quick. I go to Tranmere 3 times a year. Oh, nice. Lovely. Nice place, Prenton Park. Good place to watch footy. Brentford strike, unlucky. Cleared away. Timmy, Arsenal should beat Everton. I fear the match because Martinelli and Gyökeres could start. I fancy Everton to get a point there. Yeah, they're very good away from home at the minute. Pride of Merseyside, I'd love that retro kit week for the Liverpool game on the 19th of April. They should do it, shouldn't they, for charity or something? Problem is, they just wouldn't make any money on it. I think that's why they wouldn't do it. And also, the sponsors on the front of the kit. So, like, Liverpool have Standard Chartered. Would they be willing to sacrifice Standard Chartered for Carlsberg for one game? Probably not. Like, you'd have to get all 20 Premier League sponsors, like retro sponsors, to agree to pay money for that weekend. And I don't think they would. Legend FK, I remember when Netflix was called Love Film. Is that the same thing? Is Love Film Netflix? I didn't know that was the same thing. You've just taught me something. I remember Love Film. Christopher says, I think Everton are 4th on away form. They're very good, aren't they, away from home? Arsenal 0, Everton 1, last minute Tarkowski goal, yes. Oh, here we go, what's this? Oh no, it's a replay from the VAR. Zola, which teams are playing? West Ham 2, Brentford 1. That's what's playing right now. JB, I love how much people like this hate us. Shows how big we are. Who? Arsenal? There's not really any hatred. It's not hatred. We're talking about Arsenal because the game's paused at the minute. And someone's just mentioned Arsenal in the chat. An Arsenal fan, funnily enough. Mark, City always getting the easy draw key. It's not City anymore, is it? It's Arsenal getting it. Arsenal with Southampton away. Chelsea are getting Port Vale. Yeah, Liverpool City. That's the big one. The two giants left in the draw. Broken verdict. Is it Arsenal v Chelsea in the semis after the quarters? I don't know if the semis been drawn yet. No, the semis haven't been drawn. So we don't yet know. We have no idea. Hayden says, people do always say they hate them though, usually with little to no reason. Well, I don't. I don't hate them. Semis drawn after the quarter-final. Yeah, quarters first, then we'll get the semi-draw. Your favourite referee is a Tranmere fan, Key, Mike Dean. Yeah, Mike Dean, the wrong un. He gave some bad decisions in his time. I actually think he's quite a likeable fella though, Mike Dean, isn't he? Christiania says Bowen loves playing against Brentford, it seems. Has scored a lot of goals against them recently. Very good player. Very, very good player, Jared Bowen. Right, half time. Half time. Right, time for the Premier League Dad half-time quiz then, while we've got a half-time interval for 15 minutes. Let's have a little half-time quiz. Which Premier League team actually loves Mike Dean, Timmy? Trying to think of games where he made some bad decisions, but he never refereed us, did he? Because he was a Merseyside ref, so I don't think he ever actually refereed Liverpool. Could be wrong on that, but if he did, it wasn't very often. But bizarrely, even though he was a Tranmere fan and he was based in Merseyside, I don't think he ever really refereed Liverpool very often. And yet it's fine for Anthony Taylor, who is a Manchester-based referee, to referee Manchester United against Liverpool, for example, or Manchester United against Man City. He can referee Manchester teams, Anthony Taylor, because apparently he's an Altrincham fan. There you go. But you can't do the same with Mike Dean. Right, so... Half-time quiz. Can you name for me, it's a funny number, but can you name for me the top 18 Premier League assisters, goal creators, the top 18 Premier League goal creators for West Ham? In Premier League history, the top 18 goal creators for West Ham. Get your answers in the chat. Who do you think they are? David Silva. Not quite David Silva, no. Give us your answers. The top Premier League goal creators for West Ham in Premier League history. Who do you think it is? Claydon says Jared Bowen. Yes, Jared Bowen is right there at the very top. Jared Bowen created more goals for West Ham than any other player in history. Di Canio says the Arsenal. Paolo Di Canio is 8th. Yeah, Paolo Di Canio 8th. Timmy says Lanzini. Lanzini is 10th. Who else have we got? Bowen, Snake Eyes. Kiki, I love this channel, you're funny. Cheers, mate, thank you very much. Love you here too. Payet, yes, Payet is 11th, good answer. Not Marco Arnautovic, though. Lanzini we've got, Di Canio we've got. Any more? Legend FK says Lampard. Lampard is 12th. Lampard is 12th. Hang on, my pen's running out. Let me go and get a pen. 1 second. Pause a minute. I'm going to go and get a pen. Hang on. Right, I'm back. I've got one. We're good. We've got a pen. Snake Eyes, welcome to the Premier League Dad Matchday squad. Wait, thank you very much. We got a new member. Love it. Right, Antonio. Antonio says Ryan Lamb. Antonio is 3rd. Good answer. Joe Cole, believe it or not, does not make it. John Hartson doesn't make it. Ben Rama, says Dr. Humania. Ben Rama is 13th. Good answer. Solchek, says BC. Solchek, not in the top 20. Or not in the top 18, rather, sorry. Tevez, no, not Tevez. Paqueta, no, not Paqueta. I thought that was it. I thought Paqueta would have been there as well, but no, not Paqueta. Tevez, Nolan, Defoe, no, none of them. John Hartson, Andy Carroll, Claydon. Andy Carroll is 16th. Declan Rice, no, not Declan Rice. Matthias Fernandez, I don't know. Not Matthew Everington. Not Paqueta. Carlton Cole, Stacey, yes. Carlton Cole is 6th. Not Rice. Carroll we've got. You've got Bowen 1st. Antonio's 3rd. Carlton Cole 6th. Di Canio, Lanzini, Lampard, Benrahma and Andy Carroll you've got so far. Noble, yes. Aaron Cresswell, yes. Now we're pumping. Noble 2nd, Cresswell 4th. Not Matthew Etherington. Fornals is good. Fornals is 15th. Good answer. Keep them coming. Who else? Dimitri Payet. Have we not had him? We've had Payet, sorry. We've had Dimitri Payet. I'm trying to think of others. There's one who is a wing-back, full-back, who was playing for West Ham very, very recently. Berkovic, good answer. Isle Berkovic, yeah, he was at West Ham for a very long time and played for City. There's another one with a West Ham Man City connection as well in this list. He's from back in the day. Not Tati Castellanos. Matt Jarvis, no. Not Mascherano. Noble we've got. Not Somerville, no. Snodgrass, good answer. Snodgrass is 17th. There's another player who recently left West Ham and joined another Premier League team. So you're missing him. You're missing a player who recently left West Ham. I'm not even that confident that he's not at West Ham anymore. He was a wing-back or a full-back. Not Zabaleta. Bowen we've got. Cresswell we've got. Soucek's not in there. Konchesky, no. Not One Chop. Winterville. Not Sheringham. Not Carrick. Not Wan-Bissaka. Not Zabaleta. Sofal. Vladimir Kufal. Vladimir Sofal. However people want to pronounce it. Vladimir Kufal. Sofal is number 9. Yes. He's in there. Any more for any more? You've got 1, 2, 3. You've only got 3 left to get. You've done actually quite well. There's only 3 left to get. You've got the top 15-ish. You've got 3 more left to get. One of them is a... He's played for England. He played for England at World Cups. I say World Cups. He might have only played in 1 World Cup for England. And he's famous for scoring overhead kicks. Not Diouf. Sinclair, there you go. Trevor Sinclair scored overhead kicks. Played in the 2002 World Cup for England. We've got Fornals. Not Samir Nasri, no. The last 2 you got. So there's one who played for West Ham and Manchester City. Ginger, mid-90s to early noughties player. And there's another one who's recently left West Ham for another Premier League side. Kudus, there you go. Kudus, Andy. Yes, Kudus is number 18. And the last one is, there you go, Steve Lomas. Steve Lomas. Did Rio Coker ever play for West Ham? He did. Nigel Rio Coker played for West Ham in the FA Cup final against Liverpool, I believe, in 2006. Good player, but not in the top 18 West Ham assisters. So there you go. That is the top 18 West Ham goal creators in Premier League history. That was our halftime quiz. Kudus is number 18. Snodgrass, Andy Carroll, Fornals, Steve Lomas, Benrahma, Lampard, Payet, Lanzini, Sofal, Di Canio, Sinclair, Carlton Cole, Isle Berkovic, Aaron Cresswell, Michael Antonio, Mark Noble, and Jared Bowen is top. There you go. That's your top 18. If you enjoyed that, make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you've subscribed. We're live every day and we do quizzes at half-time. Sometimes pre-match as well. But the big news today has been obviously the FA Cup draw. Southampton getting Arsenal at St Mary's. That's going to be a good laugh, a good watch. Chelsea play Port Vale. It's looking like West Ham, if they go through now, will play Leeds here in the quarter-final. And then obviously there's Liverpool against Manchester City. Sorry, City against Liverpool is at the Etihad. So that's a small matter to be decided as well. I don't fancy us in that one. I think City will knock us out there. We never do well at the Etihad. They're a very good side. Liverpool probably have other priorities this season. We don't really have the squad to cope with a big away game against City. If it was a final, if it was a one-off game in a final, maybe. But I think we'll struggle. I'd be amazed. If we do go through against City, it'll be a really, really top performance. But yeah, City are the better side. You'd have to fancy City. I think Rio Coker captained West Ham at one stage, didn't he? I think he did, yeah. I think he did. Whatever happened at Southampton's ground, the Dell retired it around 97. I think it's houses now, isn't it? A lot of old footy grounds are all houses. Highbury is, isn't it? It's a shame, really. Was it Highfield? Not Highfield. Was it Highfield Road? Coventry's? Coventry's is. Coventry's is all flats and houses now. Julius, can you support 2 international teams? Yeah, think so. I mean, you can play for 2 international teams, can't you? The great Alfredo Di Stefano for Real Madrid played for 3, believe it or not. Played for Spain, Argentina and Colombia. Yeah, back in the 50s, but he played for 3 international teams. And he's revered as a great legend, of course. Shahid says, Key, are you happy about the FA Cup draw away to City? Listen, I'm not made up with it. I'm not made up, but kind of is what it is. We'll manage. I still think we'll go out. Filbert Street for Leicester. Filbert Street was great. Andy Laporte played for Spain and France, I believe. Yeah, there's a few. There's a few who've played like friendlies and then switched later on, hasn't there? There's been quite a few who've done that. I think Mason Greenwood. Isn't there talk about Mason Greenwood potentially switching to Jamaica? Because he's obviously never going to play for England again. Nick, first time since 51-52 that Arsenal have played lower league teams in the first 4 rounds of the FA Cup. Same with Chelsea though. It's not just an Arsenal thing. Chelsea have got it as well. Chelsea played Charlton, Hull, Wrexham and now Port Vale. So, you know, they've both benefited from fortunate draws. Julius, please can you predict my national teams? I'll say England on the off chance because you're a Spurs fan. I'll suggest England. And Julius, the only footballer I know called Julius was Julius Agahawa, who was Nigerian. So I will suggest that at a push, and again, I have no idea, I don't know your picture, but based purely off the name Julius Hotspur, I would guess Nigeria and England. Correct! Hey, there you go. How funny is that? I didn't think I'd get that one right, but there you go. Yeah, Julius is a Nigeria and an England fan. Go on the Super Eagles. Quite like the Nigeria team at the 98 World Cup. That was one of the first teams I remember getting behind. Finidi George and JJ Okocha, Sunday Elisa, Victor Ikpeba, some fantastic Nigerians back in that side. Oh, Wales as well. Declan Rice, Ireland to England. Declan Rice, of course, yeah. Giggs, England to Wales. There's quite a few. McTominay. Harvey Barnes will be another one. Harvey Barnes is almost certainly going to play for Scotland at the World Cup. I'll be astonished if he doesn't switch codes and play for Scotland. He'll definitely play for Scotland at the World Cup, won't he? Dane, who are Arsenal playing? Southampton away, St Mary's. Stacey, I'm hoping Southampton cause an upset against Arsenal. And PSG, Super Europa, Lazio suffers a goal so bad. Are they losing? We did say that last night, didn't we? We predicted Sassuolo to win. Are they actually getting beat? No, it's 1-1. 1-1 half time. Isn't Agahawa the guy that did the triple sal? Yeah, he used to do somersaults. He played very briefly for Wigan. How is Harvey Barnes eligible for Scotland? I think it's through his grandma or something. He wanted to play for England and he's waited a long time. He's in his late 20s now, but he can qualify for Scotland if he so chooses. And obviously there's an opportunity for him to do it by the end of the season. But it's whether or not they want to take an Englishman, I guess. Scott McTominay's kind of earned his stripes now, but the Scottish side is gradually filling up with English. But Che Adams now plays for Scotland as well, doesn't he? I mean, he's not necessarily like a real Scotsman, let's call it. Doesn't have Mac in his name, but yeah, he's took the nationality, same as Harvey Barnes. I think will do as well. And will probably play at the World Cup for Scotland. That is part and part. That's why I've lost a bit of interest in international football, because it's that sort of thing now. It's like, can I play for the country that I'm actually from? No, I'm not quite good enough. Right, well, I'll go and play for these then, because they'll accept me. I'll go and play for them. And I don't like that. Or in Declan Rice and Jack Grealish's case, They've played for Ireland all the way through the youth teams, and then they've gone, actually, do you know what? Ireland never get to World Cups. I think I'm going to be a really good player, so I'll play for England. I'll just play for England. I don't like that. Zoinks, if you bag him, you make it out the group. I'm not Scottish, so I don't mind, to be honest. I'm English, but I don't really support any international team. I'll enjoy the international football when it happens at the World Cup, and I will be watching all the World Cup, but I've not really got any interest in it. Jackie Charlton started that with Ireland, yeah. Never won more Irish than Jackie Charlton. Somerville's about to come on for West Ham. I miss Paraguay. In '98, I used to watch their goal-scoring keeper, Schillever. Yes. Jose Luis Schillever. What a player he was. Right, we're off for the second half here at the London Stadium. So far, West Ham 2, Brentford 1. Brentford probably aggrieved not to have had a penalty to equalise late in the first half. Now they come out and they've got to try and get level. I'll be honest, West Ham were quite unlucky not to go further in front as well. So there's been goals in this game. I imagine we'll see more. I'd be astonished if we didn't see more. But we have just had a couple of changes at half-time. 2 for West Ham. Scales has gone off. Ezra Myers has come on. And Somerville's gone on for Adama Traore, who, of course, won the penalty for West Ham that so far has given them the lead. Julius, has anyone's TNT broke? Mine's still alright. Mine's on. Andy, will you celebrate England winning the World Cup? Not really. I'll be made up if for me mates and stuff who are like real, I guess, patriotic and they'll get all teary-eyed, and it doesn't really mean an awful lot to me. West Ham are in here. Big chance. Jared Bowen. Can he hit it? Pulls it back. And Brentford get it away. Madhouse says Anthony Guy Cascarino. You can't get more Irish than that. Tony Cascarino. Used to like him on TalkSport. Tony O. Cascarino. This is a really interesting. He was onside there, Jared Bowen, as well, wasn't he? He was onside. This is really interesting, though, from a Brentford point of view, because a goal down, when they've gone behind in games, they've tended not to recover very well. I saw that the other day. I don't know, I haven't got a stat for you on it, but I saw the other day that they're one of... Oh, hey, there was a high foot there. Oh, he's offside. Yeah, I saw that there was something the other day about Brentford. When they go behind, they don't have the best record in terms of coming from behind. They went behind against Forest and didn't recover at home against Forest. Same against Chelsea. They've generally not done well when they've gone that. When they lose that first goal or they do fall behind, not the best at turning things around. That said, it would have taken an awful lot of mental resilience, wouldn't it, to be 3-0 up away at Burnley. Burnley get it all the way back to 3-3, and then Brentford, win it late on and get 4-3. That's to be fair, that's got to have taken something to turn that around. Andy, I'm 36, just want to see us win one World Cup. I kind of celebrated our women's team winning the World Cup. Hey, nothing, listen, women's team winning the World Cup was a huge achievement for the women's game. But yeah, I think it would be a different kind of feeling with the men's game, wouldn't it? Just because of the popularity of the men's game, the fact that England, we invented football, means a lot. Turned it off and turned it on again. Works on our warships too. One thing we learned from the draw is that Liverpool are getting knocked out. I agree. I think we probably will as well, mate, if I'm honest. Brentford ball down the left-hand side. Good chance here. Ball whipped in. Too easy, that. Claim for the penalty at the far post, though. Claim for the penalty. Coyotes. Oh, it's Ouattara screaming for it. He's going to check it, the ref. There might be a penalty here. Ouattara's running in at the far post. He's not going to get anywhere near the ball. Oh, nah. That would have been a bit soft. That would have been a bit soft. You're not getting a pen for that. No, don't be silly. You're not going to get that. Conrad Smith says Greenwood have ambition. Jamaica team is a joke. There's fight over years. Locals against overseas. Mostly English players saying they don't play with heart. Jared Bowen keeps it in. Unlucky. Pablo's not had a great game so far for West Ham. He struggled. He has struggled. Andrew, never a pen. No, I didn't think it was a pen either, mate. That wasn't a pen. Julius, is anyone else's broken? No, it's fine. It's fine for me. What's your provider? Are you with Sky or what? I mean, on Virgin, it's fine. I'm on my phone. Government name unknown says this is what I'm saying. They love dropping to the floor. Brentford. Yeah, just restart it. Just restart it. I'm sure it'll be fine. West Ham now on the counter. No, referee pulls it back for the free kick. Brentford starting to dominate a little bit more now. Starting to pick up the ball and just get the foot on it. Possession is going to be really important for them to try and wear West Ham down. West Ham quite clearly settled and playing on the counter-attack. Don't think they're trying to dominate the ball. They're almost ceding possession, West Ham, and just trying to hope that Brentford don't break them down. Good ball in, cleared away by Disasi. What a signing he's been, by the way. Since he's come in, I have real doubts about Disasi. Didn't think he was a player, if I'm honest. I didn't think he was that good, but he's done very well. Gerrard and Lampard played with heart. Spain feels like a team. England feels like individual players. Yeah, and that's, do you know what? And that's another reason why, like, I'm not patriotic. I don't really care about the England national team, but I do have very, very strong views on the national manager being English. I don't think Thomas Tuchel can unite not only those bunch of players. He's a good manager, but I think he can unite those players and make it. I think you've got to get the nation behind you. I don't think the nation will ever get behind a German manager. I just don't think they will. It's the same as, Fabio Capello was a brilliant manager, and it's just Sven-Göran Eriksson was a brilliant manager. I didn't think he ever got it right, to be honest. I don't think that was tactical. It was always just a bunch of players playing together. And that's the same sort of thing we've got here. We've got a load of fantastically talented players, but there's no heart, there's no Englishness, there's no, like us against them sort of thing. You can't have us against them when it's, coaching staff's full of Germans, and you just can't have it. It doesn't work. Disasi isn't great as a top six player. They come across as egos sometimes, yeah. Honestly, I think they should get an England manager. I'd like an English manager for England. Don't know who it is. I don't care, to be honest. I'd quite like Eddie Howe. I think Eddie Howe would do a wonderful job as England manager. Yeah. That actually might be his next job, I wonder. I wonder if Thomas Tuchel gets a good offer. Because obviously he was linked to the United job, wasn't he, Thomas Tuchel? Now, maybe there's news, maybe there's something in that. If Man United don't get top 5, maybe Michael Carrick doesn't get the job. If he doesn't get the job, maybe Tuchel gets interested in a move back to club football. And if that's the case, there's rumours about Eddie Howe losing interest or losing faith and patience from the board, maybe he leaves and goes to international management. Would that be a good move, do you think? Eddie Howe to England, Thomas Tuchel to Man United. Man says, thoughts on the draw for the next round? Southampton will have to do a number on Arsenal. Apparently they're a bogey side for them, but I can't see it. I think Arsenal go through, Chelsea go through. I think City go through against us. As sad as it is, I think they will. And I really thought Brentford would win tonight. They still might do, of course, but West Ham have done all right so far. Gerrard, yeah. Maybe Frank Lampard, Gerrard. An ex-player would work well, I think, yeah. Possibly. Maybe an ex-player would do well. Obviously, look, there was Lee Carsley was England manager for a short spell, and he's Irish. I think United is a massive risk for any manager. It has. It's been a poison chalice for years, hasn't it, United? Sadly, the way. I say sadly, I'm made up, I love it. But yeah, it has been a poison chalice ever since Fergie left. No manager's ever got it right. They've had loads of managers. More managers than hot dinners at Old Trafford. But I think they will stick with Carrick. Here's Somerville. Somerville driving into the area. Strike. Oh, unlucky. Good effort. And I think he's won a corner as well. Do you know what? The more I'm seeing this lad, there's a little bit, the shades of the... I wouldn't say Sadio Mane, but like there's just low centre of gravity and he can get shots away really, really quickly with very little backlift. Very talented player, Somerville. It's not surprised that we're seeing top 6 clubs have a look at him. Especially if West Ham go down. Legend FK, but would it be enough for success? Roy Hodgson. Roy Hodgson wasn't ever passionate enough. You need... Like Gareth Southgate was a great England manager, wasn't he? Taking them to finals and, very close. He came as close as any other England manager has done since Alf Ramsey. So Gareth Southgate is maybe the second best ever England manager. In a weird way, success-wise. Never won anything, but, other than Alf Ramsey, he's the only one who's taken us to finals. And yeah, I don't know. I think it does take... It would take another Gareth Southgate. It would take someone who's English, who can unite the nation. Maybe someone with a little bit of charisma, though. Almost someone who's like... a little bit of a Mourinho, a bit of a PR. I don't think Eddie Howe would be right for that, actually. Maybe it would have to be Gerrard. Gerrard would be able to... Gerrard's wonderful with the media. Frank Lampard is actually all right with the media. He's got a bit of sass about him, hasn't he? But yeah, Gerrard and Lampard, I think, could potentially be good England managers. Broken Verdict says, Key, playing devil's advocate, would you get rid of FFP if it meant decreasing ticket prices or same price ticket but bring a child for free? Yes, I would. No, I wouldn't actually. I wouldn't. I would bring in... No, because I don't think FFP has anything to do with that. No, I wouldn't. I thought about the upside of what you were suggesting then, and I think, yeah, ticket prices aren't really the issue at a lot of clubs. They are an issue, but the problem is stadiums are still filled, aren't they? Like, attendances at Premier League grounds are not a problem. Ticket prices are for local fans, but they don't want local fans. And I don't think FFP's really the issue. Yeah, I would support a football regulator that would do something with tickets, regulate tickets in some way. Because, yeah, you can't keep doing that. You can't keep just putting the prices up for season tickets every year and attracting more foreign fans and not caring about local fans. You're just poisoning the game. Beanie, Arsenal got another easy draw. Yeah, they did. Arsenal, Chelsea getting easy FA Cup draws. Both of them have got 4 non-Premier League sides on the route to the semi-final so far. Christopher Hooper says, see, I love that thought, but I think City get away with 1-1-5 and it gets rid of itself, then Prem will be broken. If City get away with it, I genuinely think a lot of people will just maybe emotionally detach a little bit from football. And to some degree, they already have, haven't they? because the style of play has been dreadful and there's not really any Mavericks anymore. And yeah, I think it would be another nail in the coffin. Does anyone know how to fix TNT Sports? Mate, honestly, I don't. It must only be an issue on the app because it's fine on the telly. Absolutely fine on the telly. Ronnie, 11-1 for the quad. Long ball thrown into the box. West Ham clear it away again. 60 minutes on the clock. Andy, my TNT's fine. Mine too. Sounds awful. Like I'm not, not caring that other people's isn't, but mine's gone. Mine's absolutely brilliant. It's fantastic, actually. Oh, come on. That's so poor. Brentford giving the ball away sloppily, and now Bowen down the right-hand side. D. Matinda says Liverpool will smash Man City. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. But I can't see it. We're awful at the Etihad. Always. Conrad says, I bet Jamaican locals would love to see just locals alone playing. But that's the sacrifice, innit? Like, I personally would be happy with the Premier League having quotas on certain numbers of English people or UK based nationals in the team. I think that would be really, really important for the Premier League. Because it used to be that way, didn't it? In the like a Championship manager, footy manager, you used to have like a little blue FGN thing next to how many, and you were only allowed a certain number of foreign players in the team. And then 2006, Arsenal named the first all-foreign Premier League starting 11. And after that, it was all very much foreign influx. Now, foreign footballers have enriched the game, and foreign fans have enriched the game. They've made the Premier League the best league in the world, but it has also come at the detriment of English footballers and English football in general, I think, to some degree. The pyramid has suffered. If you look down the pyramid, I think there's a lot of top footballers who maybe would have had a chance, but aren't getting a chance. Here's Thiago. Oh, unlucky. Louise says, do you think Brentford will tie the game? Yes, I think they will. I think Brentford get an equaliser. PSG Super Europa. I like City because I have a shirt from 2012. Nice. Stacey, how many tattoos have you got, Key? I've got 8. 8. Bloody hell, Stacey. I've only got 2. I've got this one, which is... I got it after the 2005 Champions League final. And I've got one on this arm, which I'm not going to show to you because it's embarrassing. But I've only got 2. Man City recap. I'm a Jamaican. Nonsense. Okay, well, hey, listen, to each their own, mate. I think at the end of the day, there's certainly been issues with the Jamaican national team, haven't there? Obviously, Steve McLaren was manager recently. He's just finished. Did Jamaica didn't qualify for the World Cup in the end, did they? But there was a big push, wasn't there, to attract like Damari Gray and Michail Antonio and a lot of like Premier League players who would have qualified for Jamaica otherwise. There was conversations with a lot of players to try and recruit them, and that's my issue with international football as a whole. Just that, yeah, it feels like players are just getting recruited to nations, really. I haven't liked a Man City kit since the 90s, a deeper blue with brother and IDOS. Remember IDOS on it? Broken verdict, Key. The reason I mentioned the offer of getting FFP is because City actually reduced ticket prices. City, a decent local fan base, but mid-international, Man saw reduced ticket prices. But I think attendance is a problem at City, isn't it? They want to encourage more of those international fans. They do have I think City's fan base is probably predominantly local. They're kind of unique in that way. They don't have the historic international fan base that Man United and Liverpool and Arsenal do. But City and Chelsea growing recently. Even Chelsea have not got a massive fan base, but certainly recently and internationally theirs is a lot bigger. Cities will grow, but yeah, they've reduced ticket. Getting a ticket for the City game is a lot easier than it is for the Liverpool or a United game, unless you're prepared to pay a tout an awful lot of money. Legend FK says Paul Dickov and Sean Golter were the main men for City back in the day. Yeah, Paul Dickov, Sean Golter, Danny Tiatto, Paolo Wanchop, Georgie Kincladze if you go back far enough. What a player he was. Somerville into the box for West Ham. Chance must be. Oh, edge of the box. Souček. Oh, cleared away. Nearly 3-1 West Ham. Christopher says, I have 2 tattoos. One is a chef, one I designed. The other is a drunk one I got in Chile. See, I love that. See, this one on my left arm is one I got drunk in Vegas on the Strip at 4 a.m. And that's it's a really bad one. And I paid $400 for the privilege of it because I just won some money in the casino. Essien and Drogba helped Chelsea's fan base grow, especially in Africa. Yeah. And to be honest, that's why there was a real push to recruit sort of Asian footballers as well. It was quite obviously Park Ji-sung was as much a commercial signing as he was a football signing, and I think he proved a lot of people wrong because he's absolutely fantastic footballer. But it was freely admitted that they were targeting Asian footballers, and Arsenal the same. Arsenal signed Junichi Inamoto, Park Chu-young. There was a lot of focus on trying to sign Asian footballers, and there's not been too many of them, has there? Sadly, that would sort of be top Premier League footballers. Heung-min Son being the standout one, of course, but yeah, certainly going back 20 years or so. That's why they've tried to sign them to encourage more fan base interest in that part of the world, because there is intense Premier League interest, but maybe if there was one side able to have a proper Asian superstar, then maybe they would benefit more commercially. And it's sad that it comes down to that, I guess. Reece says, Key, you got a tattoo in year 11, you deceptive badass. I'm like Snake from The Simpsons. Oh, yes. Richard says, I'm in the middle of a top half bodysuit tattoo. Jesus, Richard. What the fuck, Richard? Chest, stomach, and left arm to finish it. Mate, that's going to be amazing. Fair play. You're a much stronger man than I. Best modern stadium for me was Pride Park, says the legend FK. Pride Park I've not been to. Been past it, but I've never been in Pride Park to watch a game. Man City recap says Arsenal bought their fan base. Nah, they didn't buy the fan base. Arsenal have always had a big fan base. Only a rival would say that. Hidetoshi Nakata. Yeah, Hidetoshi Nakata was a really good... I mean, he played for Bolton, didn't he? Hidetoshi Nakata. Roma, Perugia, Parma, and then he had a short spell at Bolton. But when I think of, Asian footballers, it's really sad that we've not really had given the size of the country, we've not had a Chinese superstar footballer. Like Lee Tai. Do you remember Lee Tai for Everton? Sun Ji-hai for City as well. Aye, aye, yippee, yippee, aye. Singing aye, aye, yippee, yippee, aye. Singing aye, aye, yippee, yippee, aye. That was the Sun Ji-hai song for City. Alexander says Galatasaray will go through. Liverpool aren't in form. You don't know. We've won 7 in our last 9. Keisuke Honda. What a player Honda was. Yeah, he was fantastic. I remember watching him at CSKA Moscow, and I was praying Liverpool would sign him. So good. There was a while as well with, do you remember Morimoto? I think he played for Catania in Serie A. Morimoto was another one I thought who would, really kick on. He was brilliant. They called him the Japanese Ronaldo in Serie A. He was fantastic. Man City Recap says, nah, they didn't get promoted the right way, so technically they bought it. Well, okay, if you want to go back historically, then yeah, maybe. Issa says, what do you think about Arsenal's Gyökeres? I think they'd probably go back. If they could go back in time and not make that signing, I think they would make that decision, yeah. Luke Watts, the blonde guy. Honda was the blonde guy. Morimoto had like a bald head, but he had like a little bit of an Osimhen going on. Do you know what I mean? Like a thin, like white header. Ooh, unlucky. But yeah, Morimoto was good for a spell. Don't think he ever kicked on and became the player that we thought he might be. Don't know how we've ended up on Asian footballers in the Premier League, like. Junichi Inamoto, Park Chu-young. Do you remember Ji Dong-won, who scored for Sunderland against City? Alexandro says especially the away game will be hard for Liverpool in Turkey. Well, that's tomorrow, yeah. Tomorrow we'll be doing the away game for Liverpool against Galatasaray. I thought we played okay there when we played them at Rams Park earlier this season. But obviously it was a very contentious penalty that won the game for Galatasaray in the end. And I think as long as we go back to Anfield level, like if it's 1-1 tomorrow, it's not the end of the world. We'll beat them at Anfield. I think even if we was 1-0 down, I think I'd still fancy us going back to Anfield. But I think we win tomorrow. I think we win and kind of takes the pressure off for next week. Shinji Kagawa. Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah, Shinji Kagawa. Yeah, Kagawa's brilliant. We're definitely missing some, aren't we, to be honest? Definitely missing some. Legend FK says Galatasaray were awful against Liverpool, but Liverpool were terrible too. The pitch was awful. That was the standout thing for me. I'm really hoping, because I think when we watched Juventus against Galatasaray in Istanbul, and the pitch was a lot better. But I remember when Liverpool played him, maybe it was a tactical thing. Maybe it was a bit of, bit of sneaky tactics. But I'm sure they overwatered the pitch because it just kept holding up. Blame the pitch. Reece, don't start. Don't be like that. It was bad. If you watch that game back, and I know you're just saying it, you're just trying to wind me up and you've got a bite or whatever. But the pitch was bad. When Liverpool played Galatasaray away earlier this season, the pitch was bad. And I'm hoping that they've rectified that tomorrow and it's a bit more conducive to good football. Because we know Liverpool play good footy. Ronnie, Son of course. Yeah, Son of course. Tomiyasu, another one. All we need is Shinji Kagawa. Legend FK, the fans were extremely hostile and now they pay the price. Well, they're banned for the away leg, aren't they? Yeah, they can't play for the away leg. I don't know if was he in Juventus? Was he playing in, I don't know if he played in Juventus in Turkey. I have no idea. In Juventus, in Turin. No idea if it was in Turin. Reece, it's like when Sunderland moved the advert boards in to stop our long throws. And Adam, as a Rangers fan, I hate to say it, but Nakamura, of course. Shinsuke Nakamura. Yeah, fucking do ball. Shinsuke Nakamura. Yeah, he could take a free kick, couldn't he? Alfie says here that McCoy said our trivia from earlier. What trivia? Oh, what was the one you said earlier? I remember you putting it in the chat, Alfie. But I can't remember what it was now. My head's gone. What was it you said? All English FA Cup. Yeah. What was it? Who was it? I didn't even see your answer. Ito, Ritsu Doan. He was at Groningen, wasn't he? Ritsu. Is he still playing? Kim Min Jae, of course, as well. West Ham, last All-English team, 75. Ah, yeah, there you go. 75. Would Trevor Brooking have been in that side? Imagine he would have been, wouldn't he? The great Trevor Brooking. "75 minutes on the clock. Big 15 left. Plus injury time, of course, for Brentford to try and turn this round. Do we think that they've got it in them? So far, it's been all Brentford second half. There's not really been too much in the way of opportunities for either side, if I'm honest. If we look at stats, second half, there's been 2 on target in all of the second half. In the half hour of this game, in the second half, there's only been 2 shots on target, both of them for Brentford. Brentford having most of the possession as well. Kangin Lee, of course, Luke, yeah. Lee Kangin. I don't know how we've got onto it, but it's I like that this is the direction sometimes that the Premier League dad chat goes into when the game has a little lull for 10-15 minutes. We'll drift off into great Asian players to play football. Kaoru Mitoma, of course, yeah. Kaoru Mitoma. I say Park Ji-sung and Son are the most famous over there, of course, yeah. Well, that's kind of how we got onto it, DC. We were saying that, there was a commercial edge or a commercial reason behind Manchester United signing Park Ji-sung. He was still a phenomenal footballer. I'm sure they wouldn't have signed him just like any old reason. But they did sign, if you remember, Dong Fang Zhao. Do you remember Dong Fang Zhao? I think he was signed for United before Park Ji-sung because there was a concerted effort by the club. He might have been signed after, I could be wrong, but I'm sure there was a concerted effort by the club to recruit Asian footballers because commercially, to get an Asian footballer in a Man United shirt and put it on all the posters in Asia, like, ching, 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 like loads of cash. Absolutely loads of cash coming in. So, for me, I think if there was any chance of them signing Son at his peak, let's say, for Spurs, they would, well, even before, I think they would have done it. Big clubs would have benefited more than Tottenham did. I'm sure Tottenham utilised Heung-min Son because he was their best player for a spell. But, like, there was always a little commercial edge to getting Asian players because there weren't too many top Asian players around in the early 2000s. That's how we got on to listing, Junichi Inamoto and, players who came to the Premier League early. Some of the first Japanese and Asian players in South Koreans and stuff, Ji Dong-won, Park Chu-young. Who do you think was a better Premier League player, Sterling or Son? Son, yeah. I have a little bit of bias against Sterling for obvious reasons because he was a shitbag with Liverpool, but I do think even at his peak, he was very good at his peak. Sterling was brilliant, but I think Heung-min Son at his peak was phenomenal and could do things that Sterling didn't. Leeds getting into the semis, says Broken Verdict. I know. Do you think Leeds have beat West Ham? I'm not sure, I think Brentford still might have a chance, There's only 15 minutes or so left. Brentford get an equaliser. We're going to extra time here. Son over Sterling. Son was better for a longer period. But do you think even just the peaks, was Sterling's peak better than Heung-min Son's? Ronnie says, I hate you got City in the FA Cup. Wish they got Chelsea. I wanted Chelsea. Kelleher making another big save there for Brentford again. He's kept him in it, Jared Bowen doing really well down the right-hand side. Cuts in. Good strike. Good save. Should save it from Kelleher. But it was a very, very good save still. Keeps him out and keeps Brentford in the game. Still 2-1. 11 minutes plus injury time to go. A West Ham goal probably just confirms it and kills the game. Disasi's coming up from the back. But a Brentford equaliser, and we're going to extra time and possibly penalties. Just bear that in mind. Ball whipped in for West Ham. Header. Oh, fantastic defending again from Kelleher. Do you know what? He's so good on corners and crosses. Did really well there. Luke says Son has more to his game, probably. Christopher Hooper, let's not World War 3. I don't want to die. Yeah, no, I don't think anyone wants. If we can keep World War 3 at bay, let's please do that. Brentford. Oh, hey, that's a penalty, ref. That is a penalty every day of the week, and it is. Pushing the back, it is. There you go. I think we're going to extra time, folks. It's a penalty. It is a penalty. It's a definite pen. It's a yellow card for West Ham as well. The ball gets floated in and just running in at the back stick. I think it's Michael Coyote just flying in at the back stick. He's ready to header it into the net. And he gets a big two-handed shove from behind. It's a clear penalty. Yeah, pour that from Somerville, and it's a yellow card. There you go. There you go. Penalty to Brentford. 10 minutes left. Whoa. Here we go. Igor Thiago to step up now and put it away. Somerville's come on and cost West Ham. Can't believe, right, mate? As if Somerville's going like that. Nah, mate, it's a clear pen. I'd actually go as far as saying that's a potential red because it's a denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity. You've not even tried to play the ball. You've just literally... The guy's there waiting to head it into an empty net and you've full-on shoved him. That's, for me, he's not tried to play the ball. That's a penalty and possibly a red card. The GOAT says West Ham will go through. Well, Igor Thiago's about to take a pen and there's 10 minutes left. So it could be 2-2 here. With 10 to go. And if not, then we're going to extra time. Andrew, Key, you could be working overtime. I know, I don't get paid by the hour. It's shocking, this. Only because you compared him to Mane. That's why it's happened. I know, yeah. Igor Thiago, good pen. Keeper didn't even move. Shocking, that, really. How can you not dive if you're the keeper? Come on. Charlie, Son's overrated. Sterling, Mane, Sanchez, all better than him. And the GOAT says, not a clear push for me. No red card. Get on your union about the lack of overtime pay, Key. Do you reckon there's got to be a union for footy content creators, aren't there? Christ knows who'd head that up. I don't think I'd want to mix with the ones who are in that union. 2-2, there you go. West Ham 2, Brentford 2. And we're heading into extra time, unless there's another goal in the next 10 minutes. And to answer the question, because I'm sure it's coming, no, we don't have a quiz for extra time. We've done quizzes for half time. We haven't got a quiz for extra time. I haven't prepared one. So if Welsh Wing doesn't turn up, we haven't got a quiz. So it's just going to have to be going straight into extra time. 2-2. What a game. What a tie. One of these is playing Leeds for a place in the semis. Son at his peak was brilliant. And Charlie says Son is bang average, mate. Behave yourself. Son's bang average. Charlie, any chance are you an Arsenal fan, mate? Just pure guess. Just pure guess. I could be wrong, Charlie, but are you an Arsenal fan by any chance? Heung-min Son was bang average. I've never heard such nonsense. I've never heard such tripe. The Legend FK, Adam Wharton and Diamand for Liverpool. It's looking likely. I'm not best pleased by Adam Wharton. I like him a lot. I think he's a wonderful player. I'm just not sure he's what we need. If he's a replacement for McAllister, then yes. But I want another midfielder on top of that. He can't be the only midfielder we sign. Coyote is a lad, isn't he? Yeah, top player. Top player. Gives the penalty away, but then, gets into the box and makes it up. Andrew, come on you bees. Get that winner in normal time. Well, here we go. They are pushing for a winner in normal time. Waiting for him to say Martinelli's better. Brentford in the box. Pushed it across. Oh, is it off the post, that? Lewis Potter. Oh, nearly 3-2. I think it just goes wide. But it looked like it maybe flicked off the pot. I don't think it did. I think it just went off. He's definitely on. That's wonderful play down the left-hand side. Lewis Potter, strike. Yeah, no, he's nowhere near the post. But it does go wide, and it's a goal kick to West Ham. What's the score, Nathan? It's West Ham 2, Brentford 2. Fabulous game. Proper cup tie. We've had 2 penalties. And probably should have had 3, if I'm honest. Brentford really unlucky not to have another penalty. I was harsh. Son was a great player, but Sterling, Mane, and Sanchez are better. Okay, well, hey, fair enough then. Listen. We can all speak. Sometimes we can all speak without engaging our brain, and we say things we don't mean. So, hey, no problem, mate. I concede that you maybe spoke rashly there. Perfectly reasonable to say that Son is not as good as Sterling, Mane, and Sanchez. I don't agree. I think he's better than Sanchez, and I think he's better than Sterling. Not Mane, but I think he's better than Sanchez. Somerville driving forward. Aidan Cohen, I'm an Arsenal supporter, and I'd have taken Son any day. Come on, you Gunners. Oh, again, Somerville, unbelievable down that side. Son missed Kane. To me, it was very noticeable. Yeah, he definitely lost. I mean, not just him. Spurs lost something when he finished, didn't he? Where is Sterling stealing a living from now? Feyenoord. Yeah, the Feyenoord. Have a look at him at Feyenoord. He's shocking. Even Feyenoord fans are complaining. Are Spurs getting relegated? No, not for me. Not for me. Thiago, that's not a foul, ref. Well done, Igor Thiago. Chance if they can get it in the box. Oh, poor from Brentford again. Poor use of the ball in the final third from Brentford. That's going to be a free kick to West Ham. Bit of a road quiz if we need an extra time quiz key. Go on, yeah, we'll do it. Probably will need one. I assume we will need one. If only Son did a Sol Campbell. Andrew, what's his wage? Anyone know? Not off the top of my head. No, I'm not sure. Can Spurs get relegated? Yes. Will they? I honestly think they'll be all right. Yeah, that's my opinion as well, to be honest. Right, Damsgaard's going off for young Donovan. Donovan about to come on. Big things expected of Donovan. Let me just go and fill my water up quickly while we've got a break in play. Right, what have I missed? What have I missed? What have I missed? Nothing. Good. Nothing. Charlie Knight, reaction to the FA Cup draw. I haven't really got a reaction. It's the FA Cup draw. It's... Yeah, I mean, Arsenal get an easy one. Chelsea get an easy one. One of Liverpool and City's going out. I don't know, what exactly you're looking for. I think Liverpool go out. That's it. I think Liverpool go out. I think Arsenal, Chelsea go through, and can't really pick. Arguably, the most interesting tie could be the one that involves Brentford and Leeds or West Ham and Leeds. Whoever wins this might well make it to the semi-final. I don't think Leeds do. So whoever the winner is here, I think makes it to an FA Cup semi-final and will play at Wembley, which is a hell of a thing to decide in the next, 30 minutes of extra time. Legend FK, has been a very poor season for Spurs. They survived, they'll need reinforcements. I think a manager that's if they've got a joined up sort of transfer strategy, that'll help. They can't keep signing players that, there's no real clear philosophy as to what they're trying to achieve at Spurs. There's a real mix of players that they've signed. A bit like what United have ended up with, where they've got, 5 centre-backs and one of them's going to go at least as a minimum. They tried to play with 3 centre-backs and wing-backs, and now they've got Dorgu. They're now going to go back to a flat-back 4, United, aren't they? And they've got Dorgu, who can't really play at left-back. I don't think he's a left-back. He's a left wing-back / left winger, isn't he, if anything else? Dorgu's a very good player. I think he'll do all right at United if they play 5 at the back, but they're not going to play 5 at the back. But he was recruited for that purpose, wasn't he, to some degree? So Legend FK says, Kia, both your microphones on. Yeah, why? Can you not hear me? Liam says, Key, thoughts on drawing Man City? I'm shocked Arsenal didn't get Port Vale. Thoughts is just that I think we'll go out. I think, City will do us. Jaden Key, who are your 3 to get promoted to the Prem? Coventry. I'm going to go bold. I'm going to go Coventry, Millwall and Ipswich. Or maybe Coventry, Millwall and Wrexham. I'd actually quite like those 3. In an ideal world, Coventry, Millwall, Wrexham, I think those are the 3 realistic and, ones that I would most like. I don't want Borough to come up. I think Borough would be a waste. And I don't think Borough will come up, if I'm dead honest. I've just not felt like Borough will be the team that... Yeah, I don't think Borough haven't got enough about them, I think, to make it last. I think Borough end up falling away into the playoffs. Legend FK, an all-time Spurs. Klinsmann, Ginola, Les Ferdinand, Bale, Modric. Does Klinsmann make an all-time Spurs 11? Not Premier League. I wouldn't have Klinsmann in my all-time Spurs. He was very good, don't get me wrong. But I don't know. He was only there a short time. It's whether or not... I guess short... He was very good for the short spell that he was in. But would he get in over someone like Defoe? Les Ferdinand was very good. Yeah, I mean, Lineker wasn't really Premier League, was he? But he was still, you'd probably say Lineker was top quality if you're doing an all-time Spurs 11. Broken verdict, we need to stop playing 5 at the back. It pisses me off. The midfield isn't good enough. 2 in midfield with no legs. Casemiro and Bruno essentially play as a 6. Ruben Amorim. I just feel like the Ruben Amorim experiment they had to stick with, and now they've not stuck with it. They've ended up in a position whereby you've got... Look at the centre-backs you've got. You've got Aiden Heaven. You've got Delict. You've got Yoro. You've got Martinez. And you've got Maguire. 5 centre-backs there. How many of them does Harry Maguire go in the summer? Does Lisandro Martinez go in the summer? I don't think those 5... You're going to have to lose one of them if you want to play a back 4, because there's no way you keep 5 centre-backs happy. At least one of them is going to be kicking off, probably Aiden Heaven. And I think if they want to keep hold of him, and they recruited him on the basis that they'd be playing 5 at the back, I think there's probably a chance United lose one centre-back. If they want to sign one, then they're going to have to lose 2. And then, the full-back position's a problem, because Luke Shaw's never fit. Dorgu, I don't think, can play left-back. Delo's a bit of a problem on that right-hand side. And you had Amad Diallo playing right wing-back for a long time, didn't you? Mazraoui's very good, but is he a full-back that you'd rely on starting 11? Probably not. Not if you're going to, compete in the top 6 and secure top 6 football next season. Again, with 4 competitions to go at, assuming United get European football, which I think they will, they've got to compete on 4 fronts next year, and they've not really got the squad to do it. Mazraoui can also play. He can play centre-back, but you don't want to put Mazraoui at centre-back, do you? It's like us putting Ryan Gravenberch at centre-back. Just kind of put Mazraoui anywhere. It's more of a... I actually think Mazraoui's better in midfield, if anything. I'm surprised they've not tried that out yet. Mazraoui playing as one of the 6, putting him there, he'd probably do all right there. He's an intelligent footballer. Brentford, oh, long throw in the box, and it's really close to extra time now. It's nearly full time. West Ham lob it long, but yeah, Brentford win it back, and I think the referee's going to blow up here. And we are going to head into extra time. There you go, full time. Full time. End of the game. And we go to extra time. Make of that what you will. Right, 2-2. Extra time to come. Ams Gunners for Life says that right back Coyote will head to a big team. He's a real talent. He's a real talent. I mean, Coyote is very, very good. But yeah, he's probably... I'm not sure if he's a top 6 player just yet. He's certainly a... With the long throws, he'll be an asset to Brentford. Oh, here we go. Extra time quiz from Adam, courtesy of Adam on TikTok. Can you name for me the top 10 most sold crisps sold in 2025 in the UK? The top 10 crisps. Oh my god. Go on. Let's get stuck in. The top 10 crisps. Yeah, well, Walkers would have to be number 1, wouldn't it? The top 10 crisps sold in the UK in 2025. Cheerios. You can't Cheerios don't count as crisp. Walkers. Kettle. Are they brands? Is that what we're looking for here? We have the brands. Kettle, maybe? See, it's so difficult because, like, Golden Wonder. Golden Wonder would probably be another one. Pringles, yeah, Pringles. How didn't we get Pringles? Squares, yeah. Let's say Walker's Squares would count. Oh, okay. So okay, well then, Monster Munch. Surely Monster Munch are in there because Walker's owns pretty much everything, don't they? Monster Munch, I would imagine. Doritos, McCoy's, good answers. What about French fries? French fries, McCoy's. See, I don't like McCoy's. I don't like my missus loves the steak, flame grilled steak McCoy's. Skips and what's it? Kids crisps for them, aren't they? My little girl goes mad for them. Skips and what's it? If ever she's having crisp, it's them two. Skips, maybe Skips. 10 is what's it? I don't know. Let me have a look. Adam, what have you said? What's it? Quavers. McCoy's a 4th. Okay, so McCoy's a 4th. Walker's was 1st. Monster Munch is 8th. Okay, hang on. Pringles 2nd. That's not really a surprise, is it? Doritos was 3rd. Good answer. Okay. Let me see if there's any others that I've missed. McCoy's 4th. Quavers, what's it? Knick Knacks. What's that Cheesy Puffs one called? Hula Hoops, Quavers. What's It's is 9th. Okay, What's It's 9th. So far, we've actually done alright. We've got 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 8th and 9th. Still got some way to go. Hula Hoops. No discos. Not discos. What about Lay's? Lay's Crisps. Good shout from Ryan. Pombers. Pombers. You can't have Pombers. Discos are not right, though. I thought they would be. Discos are my favourite as well, Stacey. I like discos. Pombers. Cheetos. Reese says, which company makes the pub classics of bacon and scampi fries? Oh, I know the one you mean. The little ones in scampi are like a yellow and green packet, aren't they? I think I know the ones you mean. Not Hula Hoops. Not Lay's. Not French fries. Oh, Hula Hoops are 6th. Sorry. Hula Hoops 6th. Hula Hoops 6th. Right, well, we're flying now. Seabrook. Seabrook's a good answer. I like that. Seabrook. Have we not said Quavers? Was Quavers not in there? Space Raiders. Good answer. We're very close to kick-off. We better hurry up here. Space Raiders. Monster Munch Red Packet used to be crazy spicy decades ago, yeah. Flaming hot. That's absolute Brexit behaviour, that, innit? Full Brexit. Not Lay's, Cheetos, nope. Smiths. No. Mini Cheddars. Mini Cheddars is not a bad shout. Have we got Cheddars in there? I've just wrote, like, honestly, if anyone comes in and sees my notepad, just like 15, 16 different crisp flavours on there. Right. We're off for the second half. Oh, sorry. For the first half of extra time. Brentford, ball put in, West Ham clear it away, not Twiglets, not Kettle Crisps. There's one on the list I'd be surprised if anyone gets. How many have we not got so far? Can I just, right, Adam, can I just run you through the ones we've said so far? Mini Cheddars, Space Raiders, Seabrook, Skips, French Fries, Golden Wonder and Kettle. None of those, and Quavers as well. Have we not had Quavers? Surely Quavers are in the top 10. We've had McCoy's, Squares. Did you say Squares? None of those. Fucking hell. I'm struggling then. Well, so far we've got... The game's coming a distant second here. We've got Walkers, Pringles, Doritos, McCoy's. We've not got 5th. Hula Hoops is 6th. We've not got 7th. 8th is Monster Munch. What's it to 9th? And we've not got 10th. So there's like, what, 3 more left to get? Quavers are 7th. Oh, right, sorry. Quavers are 7th. So we have got Quavers. I don't know then. I'm struggling. I think we've all run out. Sensations. Sensations is one we've not had. Knickknacks. Knickknacks and Sensations. What about them? Fish and chips. Yeah, what about Knickknacks and Sensations, Adam? Give us the final ones. Go on, give us them, because we're gonna have to get back to the game. This is a great one though. I'm keeping this one. Not Sensations or Knickknacks. Bloody hell. Just run us through. First is Walkers. Second is Pringles. Third Doritos. Fourth McCoy's. What was 5th? We're doing the top 10 crisps sold in the UK in 2025 because the game was we was having a bit of a break for extra time. It's just ran over. 5th, the Tato. Oh, Tato. Tato crisps. Irish, aren't they? Tato crisps. Okay, so 5th was Tato, 6th Hula Hoop, 7th Quavers, 8th Monster Munch, 9th Whatsits. What was 10th? 10th of Walker's Baked. Oh, that's a bit of a cheat one, that, innit? Walker's Baked. Does Sensations count? They're owned by Walkers. Well, apparently they do count as thingies, but they're not actually included in the list. Walker's Baked to 10th. Walker's Baked, as if people buy Walker's Baked. Who's buying that? They're in there, but Knickknacks aren't. Mini Cheddars, Skips, French Fries, none of them are. Disgusted in the British public. Watch's Cardboard Dust Bites. What are them ones called? Have the Sunbites. Remember Sunbites? Sunbites are nice. Sunbites are really nice. Yeah, sweet chili Sunbites are very good as well. Aiden, Cheez-Its. I don't think we do Cheez-Its. Do we do Cheez-Its over here? Jacob's Crinkly. Mate, they're nice, trust me. And Walker's Sensations Lime flavour I've not seen around since 2009. They've just brought back Pickled Onion Discos, but they're not the same. Pickled Onion Discos are my all-time favourite crisp. But there was once a time where you would have Pickled Onion Discos, and like it'd look like you were having some sort of a seizure because you put them on your tongue. And I'm allowed to say that, by the way, because I've got epilepsy. But it looked like he was having some sort of like sort of thing. But yeah, he was so strong. Now it's like eating cardboard. Walker's sensations used to be in white packets. That was when lime was there. I can't say I've ever had sensations, to be honest. Oh, Brannigan's as well, Bleach Demon. Yeah, Brannigan's are brilliant as well. Brannigan's. Who's gone to grab some now? Everyone's mouth watering. And Seabrook tomato ketchup came back, but it tastes artificial now. Christ, we've moved on from great Japanese and Asian footballers in the early 2000s to crisp flavours now. Let it never be said that we're not diverse on Premier League, Dad. We chat footy, but we certainly chat other stuff. Broken Verdict says, does Slot go in the summer? Would you sack him? What conditions would you set for him to stay? Very good questions. Does Slot go in the summer? I'll say no. Would you sack him? No. If it was my decision, I wouldn't sack him under any circumstances. Like, I'll go that far. Honestly, if we were to finish 8th and trophyless, I would keep him. Because I think this season, from a club perspective, has been that bad. We've been that ill-prepared. I don't think any manager could have worked within those set of circumstances and done any better than maybe top 4, top 5. And I think that's where we finish. If I'm dead honest, I think we probably finish 4th or 5th. Maybe 3rd at a push. But only 3 points off 3rd. We could be 3rd next game week. So we'll see. But still a long way to go. I think conditions for him to stay would have to be that he qualifies for Champions League football. That's not my condition. That's the club's condition. I think they would say you have to qualify. But then again, Jurgen Klopp didn't. Jurgen Klopp didn't qualify for the Champions League 2 years ago. Two and a bit years ago. So it'd be a little bit hypocritical if they sacked him off the back of that. Because Jurgen Klopp didn't. Jurgen Klopp couldn't qualify for the Champions League either. And, Liverpool fans seem to hold him to an impossibly high standard. Thiago, good save, out to the edge of the box. And West Ham just about get it away. Noah, is anyone's TNT not working or just mine? We've had a few people in the chat say that their TNT isn't working, mate. Mine's fine. Not that I, don't want to. That sounds a little bit awful. But mine seems to be working okay. But there have been quite a few people in the chat who said theirs is struggling. Says, but mate, his tactics aren't suited for the players you got. Why do you think that, mate? We're literally league champions. Why would you think that? That's baffling to me. Why would you think that his tactics aren't suited to the players that we have when he literally has won us a league title in his first season? His tactics absolutely work with the players that we have. And actually, it's irrelevant, really, whether they work with the players we have, because we're in a massive transitional period. We bought a load of players in the summer, and we got rid of a load of players, and I think we'll do the same again this summer. So the players we have now don't really matter. We're probably going to change a load again. There'll be about 8 or 9 new faces, I would imagine, in the summer. Penta, they go to penalties after 30 minutes. Yes, assuming there hasn't been a winner in 120 minutes of football, then yes, there will be a penalty shootout, and it'll be our second penalty shootout in just 72 hours, because we watched Rangers against Celtic in the Old Firm penalty shootout just a couple of days ago on Premier League Dad, and there was a riot after that one. I don't think there'll be a riot at the London Stadium necessarily, but who knows? Roysters. Hey, Roysters as well. Yeah, that's another good shout. Reese says, are we all old enough to remember the days of about 30 crisps a bag? Now you get about 12 in there. Political correctness gone mad. Yeah. Bags of air now, aren't they, mate? Expensive bags of air. Conde says, I am from Tanzania. Yes, but I like the Premier League. Lots of love to Tanzania. Quintessential, talking of crisp brands, which Premier League footballer's surname was the same as the shirt sponsor? I know the answer to that. It's LS, isn't it? There's been a few like that. I'm sure there have. Maybe not just in the Premier League, but there have been a few. Yeah, LS was the one I'm thinking of. Well, actually, no. Maybe there's... Because Lee Sharp and Sharp is surely the one I thought of. But actually, there's... Did Ian Walker ever play for Leicester? Although his name wasn't Walker's, was it? So he probably didn't get away with that. I'm sure there's been more than one. Carlin. Yeah, Bobby Carlin. Says, because you guys have been destroying teams with fast-paced wingers, pressing all that. He likes a 10 in there. Do you know what? No, I think he does like wingers, Arne Slot. Oh, hey, claim for another penalty. No, he's not going to get it. Yeah, there is... Arne Slot likes wingers. That was one of his conditions. He wanted wingers. He's actually said in multiple interviews, to be honest, that he needs wingers. And he hasn't got any wingers, really. The only two... We only have two as well. Think about the teams that we're competing with. You know, Man City have got Doku, Marmoush, Semenyo, Savinio. They've got proper, wingers on both sides. Multiple options. Who's Liverpool got? Got Gakpo and Salah, who both cut inside and narrow the pitch up. And Chiesa, who can't play 90 minutes. And then a 16-year-old kid at the start of this season. That's not... You're never going to compete with City and Arsenal like that. And yet he's being expected to. Madness. Ian Walker, yeah. Andy King, of course. King power. Broken verdict, his tactics work, but your midfield is awful. The transition is genuinely not good enough, especially on the defence. That is... I'll almost certainly blame about 80% of that on Alexis McAllister, mate, because I can't tell you how bad he's been. I'm sure you've watched a fair bit. If I'm not going to insult your intelligence and say you've not watched him more because you don't support Liverpool, you haven't watched him. I'm sure you've watched a fair bit of Liverpool, maybe all of Liverpool, maybe as much of Liverpool as I have. All I would say is Alexis McAllister has been a huge drop-off and has been as much of a drop-off, maybe even more of a drop-off than Mo Salah. And I can't tell you how bad he's been. So bad. So, for me, that's probably one of, if not the main reason why we've been so poor in transition. And the other reason being that defensively, we've not been at our best because we've not been able to rest players and rotate players. So Kanate, I think mentally as well deserves a little bit of a, maybe not a let off, but his dad's been dying for big parts of the season, and then his dad did pass away, and funnily enough is probably a really poor choice of words, but bizarrely enough, let's say, unpredictably enough, his return to top form has coincided with his dad passing away. And it's horrible now, actually. It's actually quite insincere and disingenuine from a lot of Liverpool supporters who give Kanate so much stick all season and say, he's shite, he's shocking, he's dreadful, sell him, he's crap, Real Madrid won't want him, and da-da-da-da-da. If he doesn't want to sign a contract, I'm not that bothered, blah, blah, blah. And I felt like a lot of the season I've been saying, I've had loads of stick for saying Kanate is a wonderful, wonderful defender. One of the best, world class. Wouldn't swap him for any other. I genuinely think he's top quality. And he's been brilliant recently. I hate to say it, but it does seem to coincide. His dad passed away and he literally has returned back to his very best football. But for months before that, he's been terrible. And all those same Liverpool fans who were really critical and quite actually undeservedly critical of him. I mean, we don't know what's going on in his life. We don't know. Footballers are human beings at the end of the day. But now it's like, oh, isn't it really lovely? His dad passed away, and now it's really lovely. Give him some slack. It's so insincere. Why is Wan-Bissaka trying to step up as like he's prime Roberto Carlos? Adam, I'll put my hand up once and say I was a Kanate hater, but once the news came out, I fully understood the drop off. That's what I mean. It's just a lot of it is just really, really. I think, to be honest, mate, you've been in the chat a long time, and a lot of what you've said has been fair, I think. I mean, I've been critical of him and said his performances haven't been good enough, but we just haven't had anybody else to put in for him, have we? He's literally had to play 90 minutes, same as Van Dijk, 90 minutes every single week, every game, 3 times a week. and then go and play with his national team as well in international breaks. So he's not had a break. Whereas, you look at Arsenal against Mansfield, they took out Saliba and Gabriel and just have a day off, lads, no problem. No problem. You just chill out. We couldn't do that. Gonzalo Salvadores. Greetings from Argentina. Lots of love to Argentina, mate. What do you think about English teams without English players or with only a few of them? Personally, I'm not a lover of it. I would much rather see more English players playing in the Premier League. I think, like I said, undoubtedly, there's nothing wrong with foreign players. I just think you need some sort of a quota. I think there has to be some sort of a quota. I think that's how you improve it. Brentford, chance, Donovan. Oh, lucky. Oh, the young man. So close to 3-2 Brentford. He skies it right on the edge, half-time, in extra time, and so close Brentford to making it 3-2. Wonderful play down the right-hand side from Sharda. Bit of a dummy from Ouattara. And then Donovan. Oh, just over the bar. So unlucky. So unlucky. Am's Gunners for Life says Kanate gets a lot of stick wrongly. I still think he's done all right, to be honest. Legend FK, Gakpo's disliked by many recently too. Exactly. And do you know what? If it came out, I mean, I hope it isn't. I hope it doesn't. Touch wood and all that stuff. I don't want to tempt fate. But if it came out in a few weeks or a few months' time that Gakpo had been suffering some sort of personal crisis, family member ill, same sort of thing as Kanate, the same people who've been giving Gakpo some really horrible, unjustified stick would then pivot and, I don't like it. I don't like it. Julius, is Thiago still playing? Yes, he is. What's your prediction of the match Real Madrid v City? I think City win. I think City beat Real Madrid over 2 legs, but I actually think they win in Madrid. They've already won in Madrid once this year, haven't they? Am's Gunners for Life fans are harsh, man. Salah and Van Dijk being on it non-stop for years and years. They're there every game. Yeah, Salah and Van Dijk are physical monsters. I will give them that. They are always there. They don't really get injured. They do give their all every game. My criticism of Mo Salah has not actually been on the pitch a lot of the time. Salah's criticism for me has been what he said when he was dropped before the Leeds game. I thought he was banged out of order for that, and I thought he was really disrespectful. And it's not, you can't have that ego while playing badly. I feel like you've got to be a little bit more humble. But sadly, humility doesn't really go hand in hand with players who are, believing they're the best in the world. Donovan should have scored, says Aaron Foreign. And Legend FK, I never outwardly give any player stick this season, but I expect more from my club. What do you mean when you say you expect more from your club, though? I'm always intrigued by, I guess, what the expectations are. Because I feel like there was a bit of a mismatch. Like, loads of people said, we think Liverpool are going to walk the league this season. I always thought that was a bit off. I just looked at it's usually the squad that wins your league titles, and our bench was never good enough. Never good enough. It was always a problem. At the start of the season, I think you could see it I don't think maybe it was as obvious as it is as soon as Isak was broken leg and whatever. As soon as it got to that point where we had players getting broken legs and ACLs and out for the season, it's painfully obvious we were miles off it. Gamer Guru, I don't get the Gakpo hate. He's been crucial to get you guys some wins when needed. Same with us for Martinelli. They get undeserved hate for loyal players doing their best. But yeah, Gakpo's just the latest flavour of the month player. Every club seems to have one, don't they? Doesn't matter how they're playing, how well they're playing, how bad they're playing. They just get stick. I think because Gakpo is Dutch and Arne Slot, there's some Liverpool fans who don't like Arne Slot and won't like him no matter what. Like, they've made their mind up. And once they've made their mind up, they hate him. There's no way back for Arne Slot in their minds. Right, K Furo's coming on for Sharda. So I think the young man will take a penalty, but is this a big, big moment for him? I was used to seeing Liverpool start matches well. Now we just don't. Hope it changes. Liverpool start matches well. Did you think? See, under Jurgen Klopp, that was a massive issue for us, wasn't it? How many times did we start games really poorly under Jurgen? That was the prominent issue under Jurgen Klopp for years. How badly we started games. Like, we'd start and then we'd win it late on. That was a massive thing under Jurgen Klopp. Maybe that's a mentality that's just in that team and he's trying to change it. But, yeah, I don't think that's an Arne Slot thing, mate. I've got to say. Each to their own. Obviously, you're entitled to your opinion, but I think that's something that's that's certainly preceded Arne Slot. Am's Gunners for life. Greatest African player, Salah. I saw them all from the 90s and none as consistent for so long. Yeah, I think Salah's the greatest ever African. Strike. Oh, unlucky. It's going to be a corner. West Ham. Kelleher pushing it wide. Broken verdict. Being honest, I don't rate Gakpo, but I'm a United fan. He's not... When you say you don't rate him, I don't think he's like... He's not a starter. He's not a starting player. He's not someone that you'd start and expect you to win Premier League titles. But he's a fantastic player to call upon off the bench. You can put him left wing, right wing, centre forward. We've even put him in midfield at times. He works hard. He's big, physical, wins stuff in the air. Yeah, I think he's exactly what you need in a squad player. If he's happy enough being that, I don't think he's a Liverpool like starting left winger next year. If we have any ambitions of winning the league, we have to have better. Legend FK, high tempo, but that was a long time ago. I'm Brendan Rodgers days. Hadji the Moroccan in World Cup '98 is a legend too. Yeah, Mustafa Hadji and Yusuf Chipo, both Coventry players, weren't they? From the looks of it, who do you think wins? I think it's going to go all the way to penalties, this one. It looks like it's going to go to pens, doesn't it? Almost certainly going to be penalties. Crescentio Somerville's just given away a cheap free kick on Donovan. What a talented player Donovan looks, by the way. I've got to say, got to give, Brentford the credit. They're churning out some players, but Donovan, Ramel Donovan is a very, very talented young player. 19 years of age. He's done really well since he's come in. Broken verdict. I definitely wouldn't take Gakpo. But we won 2-1, so I'll take it. Gakpo's got a good record against United, actually, hasn't he? He scored in the 2-1, but he scored a couple in the 7-0, of course. But he's always done well in big games. He scored winners against City, scored against Real Madrid. He's a reliable player, Cody Gakpo. He's one you would want in your squad if you want to go the distance, but maybe not as a starter. Great defending that from Kelleher and Brentford. Well done. You see, Man City will start as favourites against us. It wasn't always like that. No, but that was because we had a better 11 than City, didn't we? We had a better 11 than City under Jurgen Klopp. Maybe not always a best bench, but we always had a better 11. That's not an Arne Slot thing. Again, you can't say that's Arne Slot's fault. We'll start as second favourites against City because they have a better team now. They just do. They have a better team. Unless we've got, Frimpong fit and Isak fit and Wirtz and Ekatike and... if we've got our full 11 fit, then I think we probably can give him a good game, but I don't think we will have. That's the problem. What's your thoughts on City away key? I hope Hughes had home tide to knock them out. No, I think Liverpool go out, mate. I'm sorry to say, I think we'll probably go out against City. They're a much better side than us, and they can call upon much better players off the bench than we can. And that's the reality of Liverpool Football Club at the minute. Is Rodgers the best attacking midfielder in the Prem this season? He's up there. Certainly up there. The best. Don't know about the best. He's certainly done well. Legend FK, unfortunately we can't hold City to a draw. I can't see how we'll beat City. Well, we were ahead against them at Anfield for a long time. Yeah, listen, those games against City are often decided in moments and fine margins. It's not like they ever batter us, really. Even in the 3-0, the 3-0 against them at the Etihad, it was fine margins. We missed a couple of sitters in that game. They got a penalty that was never a penalty, and it's just stuff like that. It's always decided on fine margins, and it was the same in the game at Anfield against them earlier this season. Oh, claim for a penalty again. You're not getting a penalty for that. Here's Brentford down the left-hand side. Ball floated in. It's going to be another corner. Another corner to Brentford. At the moment, park the bus and try and nick it, perhaps. Think you'll do them. Perhaps don't realise they got far too many big games around it. Well, maybe. Yeah, maybe there is a chance then. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. You never know. I would never rule Liverpool out against anyone. But if you're asking me to, fingers in the drawer, who do you think's going to get it? I'd probably say City beat us. On a different day, the Soberslai free kick would have been enough. Yeah. But listen, when you're playing, again, however you think of City at the moment, some would say City are the best team in England, right? Premier League's the best league in the world. They've already beaten Real Madrid this season. They've beaten us twice. City are, you would imagine, I think most people would say, if they're naming their top 5, who are the top 5 current teams in world football? I reckon most people would put City in there, wouldn't they? I would, wouldn't you? I'd probably say they're in my top 3, if I'm dead honest. But that said, I think if you are playing a Manchester City and they are top 5, maybe top 3, you'd expect it to be fine margins, wouldn't you? It is. You're not going to batter them. You're going to comprehensively sweep them away. They're a good side, managed by a really top manager. So, they're certainly up there. Certainly up there. And if they're up there, then you'd have to concede that it's always going to be tight. Not good for Somerville if he's down, and that could be a big blow for West Ham in a relegation battle. Broken verdict, I would argue that Gakpo's been somewhat wasteful in many games. Who knows, maybe he's tired. Slot plays him a lot though. The thing is, what do you do next season? Midfield and attack need work. Gakpo has been very wasteful. He has, I would agree. But I think you could throw that at most Liverpool attacking players. I think Salah's been incredibly wasteful. I think Gakpo's been incredibly wasteful. We have created the most chances in the entire Premier League, mate. So the whole team's been wasteful. Ekatiki's, for all the praise, he's been very wasteful. Slot plays him a lot because we've had no other alternative. And the club have left him in that position. Slot hasn't put himself in that position. The club put him in that position. We've had Chiesa and Rio Ngamoa as options other than Gakpo and Salah. You're not gonna choose him. Chiesa's freely admitting he can't play football for more than 20 minutes. Oh, nearly 3-2. Brentford flipped on at the far post and it's a corner on the other side. Chiesa freely admits he can't sustain playing more than 20 minutes. He just can't. He's not fit physically or mentally. He's not been able to do it. And Rio Ngamoa, as talented as he is, he's 16, 17 when the season starts. Like, come on. Can't be throwing the kid in. Got to take time. And next season, again, it was maybe 6, 7 new signings this summer. I think it'll have to be 6, 7, 8 new signings this summer as well. How long until pens? 6.5 minutes till penalties, plus maybe a minute of extra time. Brentford corner. Over to the far post, header. It's going to be a goal kick. City Red says Ngamoa will start against Galatasaray, hopefully. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I wouldn't mind it if he did, don't get me wrong. I'm not, people take it as like, oh, you love Cody Gakpo or you're a Rio hater or anything like that. It's not that black and white. Rio Ngamoa's brilliant. I just think you've got to be very careful playing young lads at 90 minutes, for 90 minutes against grown men. Let's be honest, he's not even an adult. You're playing him against grown men and it can ruin his career. Physically, I mean, he's literally not even growing into his body. You've got to be very careful about the minutes you give these young lads. He's still filling out. He's still growing. You've got to be very careful. You don't want him to be finished at 26, 27, like many others who've gone down that path because of a stupid decision. Short-term thinking. Short-term thinking. Let's play him because we're short. We're short and we need him. Too big a game for Rio to start tomorrow, says Tony. I'm with you, Tony. I think that too. I think Gakpo starts again tomorrow. And again, you'll see Liverpool fans coming out on socials in their masses to say, Cody Gakpo's got pictures of Arne Slot with, dogs or whatever. I don't know. he's got something on Arne Slot. Arne Slot is ready to adopt Cody Gakpo like it's he's just doing it because he loves him. He's not got any other alternative really. City Red, bloody hell, lad, you're tiny. What are you talking about, tiny? I'm 6'9". This behind me, Christ, this is massive, this. Massive. Graham says, no Alisson against Gala. No, Mamadashvili's playing. Mamadashvili coming in. Broken verdict, 6-7 signings. How much are you spending? 500 million. Would you say that you won't be challenging next season? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, still in transition. Don't expect us to challenge next season at all. I think it takes us another couple of years. Seriously, I think we have to accept that we're in a position where we're moving out from the Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Robertson, Joe Gomez, Mo Salah era, and we're moving towards a younger, fresher team, and we're maybe not even halfway through that. It's going to take a few windows to get away from such a legendary team. It's going to take a bit of time. Oh, nearly 3, sorry. Tati Castellanos with a strike, deflection onto the roof of the net, and it's a West Ham corner. 3 and a bit minutes to go. Not long left. 5'3". No. I'm bigger than 5'3", mate. I'm bang average. I'm 5'8", 5'9" at a push. 5'10" if I put my heels. Yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm alright. Still maybe a short arse in the grand scheme of things. I'm as tall as Luka Modric, though. He won a Ballon d'Or. Reckon I could have done. Come on, 2.5 minutes left. Did I actually do it? Did I do it? I don't think I did. Here we go. Ball down the right-hand side. Igor Thiago. 2 minutes left. How we could have done with Big Sepp at the club now. Sepp Vandenberg. Kwanzaa. We could have done with any of them two. Both, ideally. And this is the problem. The club have sold Liverpool down the river. Sold Arne Slot down the river by selling those players. Letting Harvey Elliott go. I think it was right to let him go, but you've got to let him go if you've accepted he's not going to be a Liverpool player, and he's not. He would never have been any more than a bench player for us, but he'd have got some important minutes this season. Wan-Bissaka with the ball in. It's going to be another corner. 90 seconds to go. Joe Story, that's me unsubbing. You're such a liar. If anything, you're going to create another account to sub again. Broken verdict. Would your owners want to spend that much, though? For the first time in a long time, your owners have spent big. And by number, you've gotten worse. Will they be reluctant? Well, you say we've gotten worse. I would dispute whether we've gotten worse. Or at least, okay, we have gotten worse. Of course we've gotten worse. But I would dispute whether we've got worse in comparison to the players that we've lost versus the players that have come in and been able to play. Like, for example, we signed Isak, we signed Leone, we signed Frimpong. That alone is nearly 200 million quid. Well, it is 200 million quid of our spend. We've barely had them all season. We've barely had those players. So I don't think you can factor in, well, we spent all this money and they've got worse. Well, we've not had them. It would be nice if we'd have had the players to play. Mamadashvili, you could throw another 40 million on that. He's our backup goalie. He's our replacement for Alisson long term, and I think he'll be a very good one. because from what we've seen, he's played well, but he's not going to start ahead of Alisson yet. We're still in that transitional period. I think the owners have hopefully accepted that we need to spend big. They showed signs of that in the summer, that they were ready to put a bit more money in. And I think we're going to have to put more money in again. If we have any ambition of competing with Arsenal and City, we have to spend the money that they do, and we haven't. We haven't spent the money that Arteta... like I said, we're nearly half the investment. In terms of the playing squad, we're nearly half the investment that Arsenal have put in for Mikel Arteta. In the 6 years that he's been there, I think that tells you an awful lot. And it tells you about how much Liverpool have got to do to bridge the gap financially. So we spent big in the summer. I'd expect us to spend big again. Strike from Disasi, quite a bit over the bar. Liverpool still spending the Coutinho money. Brentford to win on pens. We're very close to penalty shootout here. Very, very close to a penalty shootout. Disasi with a strike. Who wins on pens? Get your answers in the chat. Who's going to win on penalties? Get your answers in the chat. Who do you think's going to win on? In fact, let's get a poll going. Let's get a poll in the YouTube chat. Let's get it going. West Ham to win was 57%. Only 15% of people thought there would be a draw and penalties tonight. Right, let's end that poll. And let's add another one. Right, there you go. West Ham Brentford on penalties. There you go. The game is over. It is going to be a penalty shootout. It is going to be a penalty shootout. Brendan, do you watch much football outside the lives? I've watched a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult because there's some, like, I watched Leeds yesterday. I sat there and watched Leeds and Norwich while I was getting stuff ready for the live on the night for AC Milan and Inter. So yeah, I'll tend to watch bits, but it's just it's how often you get to do it. Like if I'm streaming during the week, so this week for example, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm doing 2 games, so I won't watch any of the other games on the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night because we're going to be covering every one. On the Friday, don't think there's any early games on the Friday. Saturday I will though. Saturday I will. So Saturday we're doing Arsenal against Everton at 5:30. That's the first game we're doing on Saturday. So I'll definitely be watching maybe the early games on Saturday, maybe 12:30, maybe the 3 o'clock. I think Burnley are playing. Is it Burnley Brighton? 3 o'clock on Saturday. Three-star, mate, you having a little flutter at the festival tomorrow? What festival? Cheltenham! Don't think Graham follows the horses. Yeah, Cheltenham. Quite a few getting very excited about Cheltenham. Anyone particular? Any horses? Put them in the chat if you're thinking there's any ones we should keep an eye on. Terry Alford, Mo Salah hasn't played this season either. I think there's a fair few wish he wouldn't. Just in time for pens, Connor. Yes. If you haven't already, do us a favour. Just before the penalty shootout starts, if you haven't already, leave a like on the video. It helps me and it helps you next time you come in the chat because it pushes the live out to so many more people. So if you can hit like, if you can if you want to subscribe, I'm not going to tell you to subscribe or ask you. I'm not asking you to, but I'm going to say if you want to, if you enjoy the watch-alongs, if you enjoy and you want to be part of our wonderful community here, where we watch games of football every single day together. It's not a one-club fan channel. This is what we do every day. We have a laugh. We've talked about the top crisps, the most sold crisps in the UK while the game's been on. We've talked about Asians in the Premier League. We've talked about the merits of FFP. We've had chats about everything tonight and reducing ticket prices. But yeah, this is what we do every day. So whoever you support, we've got a lot of different fans in the chat, up and down the football pyramid, all around the world. If you love that sort of thing, hit like, hit subscribe, and you'll see more of it popping up in your feed. Right, West Ham. Look at, do you know what? Here we go. Let's do this. Why West Ham are starting? Who would you pick? Who would be your 5 for West Ham? From the players who are on the pitch, it'd have to be Bowen, wouldn't it? It would probably be Souček. Would Souček take one? Somerville. I think you'd say Somerville. Souček, Tati, and Callum Wilson. They're probably the 5, aren't they? Wilson, Tati, Somerville, Bowen, and Souček. For Brentford, you'd probably say Henderson. Would Henderson take one? Obviously, Igor Thiago. He's already scored one tonight. Ouattara. Damsgaard's gone off. Lewis Potter. Bet keen Lewis Potter takes one. He can strike a ball. Maybe young K Furo as well. Possibly him. That would probably... Maybe Jensen. I don't know. Jensen, Donovan, Furo. I think they're the 5. I'll be interested to see how many we've got right. Areola and Kelleher, Keepers Union, just having a little celebration. But surely Wilson, Tati, Souček, Somerville and Bowen are the 5 for West Ham. Bowen's walking up now. He's the first for West Ham. For Brentford, I think we've got Henderson, Thiago, Ouattara, Furo and Keane Lewis Potter. They would be the 5. Maybe Nathan Collins, yeah. Theo, have pens started yet? Pens are about to start. The very first penalty is going to be taken by Jared Bowen against Quaveen Kelleher. And it's to the right-hand side, which is not that far away. It's where the Brentford fans are, isn't it? In that corner. The Brentford fans are in that corner. They'll be delighted that they see the penny shootout. I mean, you're still about 4 miles away from it at the London Stadium. Am's Gunners Castellanos instead of Souček. I've got him. Tati Castellanos, Wilson, Souček, Somerville and Bowen. They're the 5, I think. Well, here we go. Bowen first up, left-footed against Kelleher. Here we go. Kelleher's giving it the big Dudek. Good penalty. 1-0. Bowen scores. Bowen scores. Reece says, Bournemouth at home. Imagine what Ryan Krupi et al. Can do to our plasticine defence. And Brendan says, would you sit down and watch Match of the Day or Champions League highlights after doing lives? Or next morning, for example? Yeah, I would do them usually straight after the live. I'll finish and I'll go and sit down and chill out and watch whatever the other highlights of the games were. If I don't catch him on the night, then yeah, it would be the morning after. I try and stay up to date. Otherwise, you guys educate me as we go through. Igor Thiago, next up, as you'd expect. He's already scored one tonight, as has Jared Bowen. Both of these penalty takers, regulars for the club. You would imagine both put them away. Igor Thiago against Areola. It's a bit of a stutter. It's a great penalty, and it's there. It's 1-1. 1-1. JL7 says, didn't Somerville get a knock? He did, but he's still on the pitch. He's still on the pitch, so he's okay. I think he might... Maybe he won't. Maybe he doesn't take a pen. I'm intrigued to see how many I actually get right. Who's next up for West Ham? Tati? Wilson? I would imagine Wilson would take one. Oh, it's Tati Castellanos. Next one. Adam, is this the latest you've ever been live? No. Real Madrid against Barcelona went through to midnight. Tati Castellanos next up. Right-footed. Oh, what a pen that is. Roof of the net. Absolutely fantastic. Sent Kelleher the wrong way and smashed it in. West Ham fans going, vamos! And it's there, 2-1. The Argentinian smashing it in. I think it might have hit the roof of the... Did it get the crossbar? Might have hit the crossbar before it went in. Yeah. Crossbar and in. Great penalty. Unsavable, that one from Tati Castellanos. Come on, Brentford. My bully's a West Ham fan. Right. Luke says, Sir, why do you want the Hammers to win? Who's next? Dango Ouattara. Yes. I thought Dango Ouattara would be next. Or at least one of the 5 anyway. Dango Ouattara. So far, everyone has scored. West Ham scored their first two with Tati, Castellanos and Bowen. Thiago scored his for Brentford. And now the summer signing, Dango Ouattara from Bournemouth. Hell of a player. Really likeable player. Left-footed. The Burkina Faso international. Left-footed against Areola. Can he make it 2-2? Never sure on lefties. Oh, you dickhead. You absolute numpty. Oh, he's gone for a little Panenka and the keeper just stands there and catches it. Oh, you silly, silly boy. You silly, silly boy. That's, do you know what? That's unforgivable, that. Really likeable, I said. Really, really likeable. Absolutely disgusting. Do you know what? No, that's shocking. That is shocking. So bad. Mate, get up there, left-footed and put your foot through it. What are you doing? Callum Wilson next up for West Ham. Callum Wilson can put West Ham in front here now. Callum Wilson to put West Ham in front. Right-footed. Gotta back Callum Wilson. He's not going to miss. Right-footed. What a penalty. Top bins. Absolute top bins. Couldn't have two keepers, wouldn't have saved that. Callum Wilson makes it 3-1 to West Ham. And Brentford have got one more penalty. They've got to score this one. This one really, really does put the pressure on if Brentford miss this one. Oh, it's shocking. If you're still with us, if you're watching, hit the like button. Come on, hit the like button, whether you're a West Ham fan, a Brentford fan or a neutral. It's Keane Lewis Potter. I thought it would be. Keane Lewis Potter next up for Brentford. He can strike a ball, and I think he'll do a decent job here. Keane Lewis Potter should score. I like Keane Lewis Potter. Right-footed. Very, very talented player. Should score. Oh, it's a great pen. He struck that really well. Struck it really, really well. Right into the... Anyone who hits the side netting. Good pen, that. And he hit it low as well. Don't think it left the pitch, actually. Didn't leave the turf. Absolute daisy cutter. Right into the bottom corner. Unsavable. Not as flash as Callum Wilson's, admittedly. Souček, next up for West Ham. You would imagine if anyone is going to miss for West Ham, it would be Souček. As talented as he is, usually tall players don't make great penalty takers, do they? You need a bit of a low centre of gravity. Thomas Souček, I imagine he's just going to run up to it and put his foot through it. And I think it is. It's a long run up. Souček. How wrong was I? Absolute composure. Composure personified, Souček. Curls it top bins, 4-2. And West Ham potentially one penalty away now. It's basically sudden death. Brentford have to get two scored and they have to save the next one. It's 100% or nothing here for Brentford. They have to get it right. Who's next up? Jordan Henderson? Who is it? Who's next up? Jensen, maybe? Yeah, Jensen. I got one wrong. I thought it would be Hendo or Furo next, but it is Jensen. Who's going to take it? Jensen for Brentford. Got to score. Must score for a place against Leeds in the quarter-final. Areola dancing around, giving it the old Jersey dudek. Jensen, great pen, straight down the middle. He scored. Brentford live to fight another day, 4-3. Who's next? Who's next? A reminder, we're live tomorrow at 5 o'clock. 5 p.m. I'll be live tomorrow for Galatasaray against Liverpool. 5:45 p.m. kickoff, that one, but I'll be live at 5 and then straight after for Newcastle against Barcelona at St James's Park. So 2 big games tomorrow. Mavropanos next for West Ham. Mavropanos to send West Ham to the quarters against Leeds. Centre-back, Mavropanos. Oh! Might be the best pen I've ever seen. I tell you what, West Ham have been practising penalties. What a penalty that is. Mavropanos. Again, you could have had 3 keepers in the net. They wouldn't have saved that one. Absolute. It might have hit the side netting and right in the postage stamp. Right in the old Mikel Arteta, the old corner. Absolutely unbelievable. Mavropanos, great goal. And West Ham are through. I never thought they'd make it through. I thought it would be Brentford. But there you go. They've done it. West Ham win on penalties. Fantastic. Again, if you're Brentford, you're probably feeling a little bit hard done by, because I still think Brentford should have had a penalty in the first half. Shouldn't they? They really should have had a penalty in the first half. It was a pen on Sharda, but there you go. West Ham or Leeds will, one of them, West Ham or Leeds will now be in the semi-final of the FA Cup. One of them is going to Wembley. I mean, hey, maybe one of them might be going down. West Ham or Leeds will be in Wembley for the semi-final, and they might also, both of those, in a relegation scrap against each other. So that is going to be a hell of a tie, that one, West Ham Leeds. Almost makes me, I hope it's not on at the same time as Liverpool City, because I want to do both of them. Balls to bloody, Arsenal and Southampton and Chelsea Port Vale. Let's have a go at West Ham and Leeds. Liverpool against City, I'm sure it'll be interesting. But well done the Irons, fair play. Well done the Irons. Got to say it was a very, very good game. 2-2, 5-3 to West Ham on penalties. Proper cup performance. Enjoyed that. There you go. Ham's Gunners, all right lads. Good night. It's 6:30 AM here in Malaysia. Lots of love to Malaysia, mate. Take it easy. See you on the next one. Graham, another great stream, Key. See you chat tomorrow. Yes. We'll end it there. We'll end it there. If you haven't yet, please, before you leave, just leave a like on the video for me. Do me a favour, leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you want to see more. I will see you all tomorrow night, 5 o'clock. I'll be live again for Liverpool against Galatasaray in Istanbul. Big away game in the first leg of the Champions League. Very, very important that Liverpool get a result there. So yeah, West Ham through. What's going to happen with Dango Ouattara in that dressing room, by the way? That Panenka, that's going to live long in the memory for Brentford fans. But yeah, sorry. Liverpool, Galatasaray, away tomorrow in Istanbul. 5 o'clock, 5:45 kickoff. And then straight after that, as soon as the game finishes, we're going to be doing Newcastle against Barcelona at St James's Park. First legs of the Champions League knockout rounds. Some very good games to come. Thank you, everyone. Take it easy. Lots of love. Enjoy your Monday night, whatever's left of it. And I'll see you tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. Take it easy. Ta-ra.